Hello, just me, just the Reaper. Hello, Rex. How are you doing? Just a quick live. I don't even know really why I'm doing this. It's one of those things, I suppose. Every now and again, I do something a little bit different, and nipping on to say hello to people, just to have a little bit of fun to cheer things up and to cheer people up. Um, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Um, what a day! What a day! Hello, Carl, Alison. I've got to say a big thank you to you because A, you deserve it, and B, without your help, we wouldn't have been able to move forward with the live radio broadcasts. Landraver, hello, good evening, and as David Frost used to say, and welcome. Right, I've pinned the StreamYard link. Anybody wants to come up, say hello, just have a bit of a laugh, talk about anything within reason, please. Yeah, it's your show. It'll either work or it'll fail. Yeah, Carl, Allison, with your help and your ideas, we're now able to use Skype as a medium to get people to come up live on the radio. My next thing is to sit down and seriously work out some sort of schedule so that people know when we're going live. A little bit like what we're doing at the moment. Hello, Gypsy.
Mr. Grim Reaper.
How are you, my friend?
I thought I'd come on because I did say earlier. I literally just woke up.
All right.
What happens is with me and Grim Reaper, like I do whatever I'm doing the work and that, come back after dinner, fall asleep and wake up at erratic times.
And then you're
Like
up all
now.
night.
Nah, the thing is, I'll fall asleep again within an hour.
Fair enough.
I'm up at the crack of dawn, but how are you?
I'm fine, mate. Tired.
Mm.
I got a couple of hours sleep, but I've been awake and moving around since 3 o'clock yesterday morning.
Have you
Or,
noticed
or
since
this morning.
YouTube?
Sorry?
So, do you know since you've been on YouTube, your hours are everywhere?
Well, my hours are everywhere anyway. It's just that I have more control over what I do now.
That's it. Where are you based anyway, Grim Reaper?
Me? Well, you mean where? Which area?
Mm.
What do you think?
Oh, do you know? I would guess. I would guess, but I mean, you could
Oh,
have an accent somewhere, but then live totally different, opposite end of the country. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
I always ask the question when people ask me, What do you think?" Some people have got it right,
um, let me test you a few words, then, yeah.
Okay.
And I think you'll like this one. If you say to me, "Big up the gypsy," and then I'll think of the accent.
Big up the gypsy.
Bolton,
Do you know what? Not that far away. I actually live in Manchester.
Manchester. Big up Manchester. I want to come to Manchester.
Where I've been all over the place
Mm.
in my 60 odd years. Um,
Oh, you're 60.
I'm actually 61, mate. I'm one of the
Shit.
oldest bastards around.
And you're still going strong, eh?
Yeah. Overall, I've got a new lease of life, in the sense of I've got a good group of friends, and I say
Mm.
friends, who supported me behind the scenes to get the website up and running, to get the radio show up and going.
Oh.
Although a lot of people say, you don't need a radio show, you can do everything on YouTube. Hmm.
In a sense, you can. Not really. It's a
You
bit
can't say what
restricted.
you want to say sometimes.
Where's this website then? Because I heard you say this earlier.
Well, it's directly
Mm-hmm.
underneath my name.
So literally, I'll type you in. And how you doing on? Is it on? So your website, how's it doing?
um, Very good
Mm.
overall. It's been going since January. We've had over 300,000 hits,
That's really good, mate. That is
which is
actually good numbers.
absolutely amazing. We get a lot of people coming over from the States,
Brilliant.
from Australia, just dropping by. We've got podcasts that people can listen to.
Is this
Um,
streamed on there now, Grim Reaper, or is this separate?
it's all part and parcel of the website. There's
So will
different
this all
areas.
will this all go in one then? Anything you do on there?
Well, I don't necessarily put YouTube stuff up, my own YouTube stuff. I just leave that on YouTube for
Mm.
people to look to listen to, watch, whatever they want to do,
It's a good
make
idea.
comments. It's more that I've got this freedom of speech, right? Hello, Emma, Kathy, Dipsy.
Yeah, definitely not on there.
Paul, great. Hey, hang on a second. You're all big going in now. Um, the I I got this thing about free speech
Mm.
and not freedom of expression, but free speech, and I'm very passionate about it.
Yeah, me too.
Um, and I don't believe we have free speech in any way, shape, or form in the UK.
Oh no, no
Uh,
way.
Certainly not the way that it is in the States.
But they got more
Um,
rights than us. If you look
exactly.
at the America, we generally will follow. Like you remember when I said earlier about, I think in general England will turn into the USA in a smaller scale.
Hmm.
Like I do generally believe we're mimicking America in many things.
Yes, I agree.
Prison system won't be long until we're going to be a very similar uh, mold to the USA as well. I believe.
Well, they have a
And
three strike rule, don't they?
listen, do you know in this country, Grim Reaper, I've been in prison twice for two long violent offences. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get another violent charge, obviously it's got to be GBH, attempted murder, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I've got a life sentence, 3 strike lifer.
Yeah.
So in a set, and there is now. I mean, the justice system here is broken in the UK, and I've got many things to bring forward. If you ever seen my channel when I talk prison issues, I've took on a story on my channel of the IPP sentence here in the UK.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this one?
I know that there's a lot of changes which our wonderful government wants to make to um, the current justice system, and if they get
Mm-hmm.
their way, it'll happen.
I hope so.
Um,
They change something because it's
yeah,
broken.
they want to have be able to review and tell the law lords, no, you can't do that. We don't want that. We think
Mm,
that that sentence is wrong and it should be this. I don't think, personally speaking, I don't think government should have that. One of the good things we've got, although it is broken, is the justice system.
I get you.
Um, but I do think that we need to look at what's broken and try and fix it. You know,
Do you not think simplistic, Grim Reaper, right? So I'm talking about the IPP sentence. It was brought in 2012. It was abolished, right? It's been abolished for 10 years. So if someone got 3 years IPP,
mm,
they would generally do 3 years and go for parole. In this system, they will do twice over that. So they do 6, then go for parole. Generally, they will never get out on their first parole. So they're doing twice, 4 times the length of the number they originally got. So I missed this sentence when I was inside by a month. Thank God. When I went in the second time, I got an EPP sentence, which is extended. Basically, in the set, it's called when you come out of prison. Say if you get 5 years, you do 2.5 years, and you do 2.5 years on license. Yeah. I got 3 years EPP. Generally, you do half, but because I'm second strike lifer, they made me do every day in jail. So I ended up doing 3 years, 6 months in jail behind the door. Because when you're on remand, so before you get sentenced, you go on remand, and it's up to the judge if he gives you any days back for the remand time, which he didn't give me, and he doesn't give many people because it's the judge's discretion. It's up to him. The system's so broken that certain offenders for certain crimes, in the sense of worse in their eyes, so they get longer. So drug dealers, violent offenders will generally get longer than a sex offender in prison. In the UK system, it's broken.
Yeah.
Let's not justify any crime, yeah, but I believe the majority of the public would like to see paedophiles and sex offenders in prison longer than a drug dealer. I would hope so anyway. So I've got a big issues coming over this next year. The fight I've got, especially with IPP. Like I said, I took a story on about a young man that went to prison. He got 7 years IPP, and he's still in prison now, 15 years later.
2 seconds,
Yeah, no
Gypsy.
problem.
Miss Emma, yeah, drop us a line. Sorry, not feeling well, and we will speak soon. All right, and good evening to everybody else who's just come in. Well, yeah, it is evening still. BBA Nutter, Mr. Blue, and everybody else. This is Jay. I think I agree that the problem with the justice system is it's broken. And the offences which are put before for sentencing don't necessarily justify, and are not consistent. I saw in the news it popped up that a Tory MP's been found guilty of sex offences. I have a child who's 15, and he'll be sentenced. What's the better? He gets a slap on the wrist compared to others.
Community sentence.
You know, because of who he is.
He's the super elite.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean?
You know, with this Grim Reaper, right? I've known all sorts of people in my life already, even at 29 years old. All sorts, even in a sense, celebrities, right? And they have, there's agendas, and these are people that are looked after, right? Being from my community, the Gypsy community, we do not have the best press, yeah?
True.
So what happens is, as well, if you're from the Gypsy community and you get done for a violent offence, you're going to get longer. Because they will say, we're trained in boxing. And it's mad as it sounds, if we get done for a fight and someone gets damaged, we're going to get at least, and I'm not being dramatic, double of what someone doing the same offence will get from a different community. So my first time in prison, I got 5 years.
Ouch.
Yeah. And I had to do 2.5. This was for a knife crime, yeah? So I stabbed the gentleman 5 times. There's no two ways about it. He had a gun, and I was in self-defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was 19 years old. I got 5 years. Pled guilty. I actually got 9 years, but because I pled guilty, got a third off, and obviously that took it to 6 years, right? So I got 5 years for GBH intent and 1 year for an affray. But because I pled guilty early, the 5 years of GBH intent and the year for an affray ran concurrently, which means all into one. And I did 2.5 years beyond the door. And that was at 19 years old. I know I'd done a bad crime, but if I was from a different community, I would have got 4 years or 3 years for that. And that's a fact. I met hundreds of boys with the same similar crime to me. I've not got a long criminal record. Do you know when I first went to prison, that was my first charge ever. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, they're supposed to have done a sharp shock
yeah, I get that.
process.
But that's gone now, that system.
Not in all judges' eyes, unfortunately.
I get that. But when you're looking at a Crown Court and not a magistrate court, the Crown Court see these things every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was 19, I was a child. And, you know, it is what it is. Come out and within a year went back in and got the 3 years EPP, which basically is a 7-year sentence. And I did 3.5 years beyond it. So the only 2 times I went in jail were very long. Through my mistakes, the second one I beat up a guy and he was quite damaged. There was no weapons. It was just, they said my feet were weapons. Yeah. So, because I kicked the guy on the floor one time and one punch, so it was 2 things really.
Yeah.
They said this was weapons, and I got the maximum sentence because my first charge was GBH with intent, which is a section 18. Now you can get a life sentence for this charge at the maximum, and they can come out of guidelines and give you longer because it's up to the judge. The second charge was just GBH. It changed at the last second, GBH with intent again, and I would have got a life sentence. But it changed because I pled guilty again. And thank God I got a chance actually that time. But I still did a long time. The maximum you can get for GBH in this country is 5 years without the intent. It's called a section 20, yeah? But they done me out of guidelines because the EPP charge, I never knew what it was. It basically means it's an extended parole period, yeah? So when you get out, instead of with 3 years, you do 18 months in prison normally, and you do license for 18 months when you get out. Now, I got out, I done 3 years, 6 months, and 17 days behind the door, and I ended up with a 3-year license when I got out as well. And the hostels they had to put me in because I've got places to live, yeah.
Yeah.
But because in their eyes I was high risk, I had to live in a hostel with sex offenders and lifers and MAPA. It's called MAPA, yeah. So when you come out of prison with a violent charge, you're on the MAPA, and there's different categories. Now I was unfortunately the highest category because my probation said so. So anyway, yeah, I've done all the hostels. Both times I come out of jail, I had to be in hostels, 6 months each, and I was involved every day. I had to live with sex offenders, which when I was in prison, they were put away in a different wing. I didn't have to live with them. So what I'm trying to say, the moral of the story is, the system is set to failure because unless I held my temper both times when I come out, and it was hard, I would have been back in.
And it doesn't help when people know your background and they deliberately go out of their way to try and wind you up.
which is quite rare. I won't lie. In the prison system, I lived quite comfortable. But I'm saying to you, the sex offenders, I found it very hard to live with because in prison, I never had to live with them because they're separate. They're on their wings, and we're on our wings, the normal people. Yeah. But in a hostel, you have to live with them, and you are very near them. You could go outside and have a fag, and a sex offender could be stood behind you, and you can't do nothing about it because if I attack them, I'm going to get a life sentence.
Yeah.
So they set you up to fail, but the gypsy auditor can hold his temper, and I hope people can see this. And there's many people in my community can hold their tempers as well for the greater good. So the press about travellers is not correct.
I agree.
Listen, not everyone's good, but
No, you have that with every walk of, and I hate this phrase, but in society, right?
You're
we've
right.
all got our own rules of conduct, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right.
No, you're correct.
And when one person from the travelling community does something,
We're tired, aren't we?
it becomes one of those massive things, etc. It's blown out of all proportion, right?
Yeah.
And you're singled out. That to me is discrimination.
Every day.
And it's wrong, right? Yet if Joe Bloggs down the street does something, unless it's a massive crime, shall we say,
You won't hear about it.
You don't hear about it,
But let's not be.
No, I've got to. I do agree with what you're saying.
But let's not be delusional, right? I know for sure. I'm sorry to talk over you, Henry, but
no, hey, I'm used to it, mate.
No, I don't want to though,
but in
because it's your
general,
show. It's your show, and I don't want to because I respect your stuff. I've been watching you a long time, and I should have come on before, like. But believe me, I do watch everybody, and maybe I didn't pull my finger out. I didn't come on as many panels, but the gypsy community as a whole is a great community, but we don't help ourselves as well.
Yeah, again, I can say that about all communities. I mean, this community is the same. Oh, he's dropped out again. Yeah. There you go, mate. Sorry.
I think that was me, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you dropped out and I was watching the YouTube channel.
Sorry, mate. Well, I don't want to take over. You know the gypsy community on the whole. We don't help ourselves, right? But I think I've just heard another story today. Some travellers in my local area went to a Sainsbury's, right? And they got banned from the premises. Yeah, that they're literally not allowed to go in there anymore. Any traveller, and I think this is a disgrace. In 2022,
I totally agree, especially when if they'd done nothing wrong.
No, let's not be crazy and say they didn't, because I've heard obviously they might have done something, but not every traveller is the same. So this is where they're going wrong. You can't ban every traveller through 2 or 10 travellers' actions. There's probably millions of travellers in the UK, yeah. And we shouldn't judge the whole millions of community on certain individuals, yeah.
Yes.
And this is where my fight's going to happen this year as well. I'm going to, try and help my community out, fight their issues. And that's all you can do, really, isn't it?
Well, you have to be a voice in this situation for your community, and put across a different point of view, and be nice about it in a way that what you're saying is correct,
Yeah,
and you're bigging up the community and trying to change people's attitudes.
and that's all it is. It's just education is key. Do you know, like
Yeah.
the Pinnac movement, which is a very powerful movement? I want to try and mold it into my point of view with my community as well,
Mm-hmm.
because the Pinnac movement
I think that you're on the right track. To be
need
honest,
to do more though.
yeah, but Rome wasn't built in a day. As internet keeps dropping out. If you can hear me, Gypsy, Rome wasn't built in a day. You've got to take your time. You've got to build momentum, and by doing that, get people on side. You know.
Sorry, you should suck me. I keep leaning on my phone.
No, I thought it was your internet dropping out, mate.
You know what it
I
is?
was
I'm
always
on my
blaming the internet.
iPhone, and when I lean on it in my ear, because the speaker's a little bit broke,
Oh,
it's a £500 phone from Reaper. I can't exactly,
not
I
use it.
use this for videoing, so it's crazy. It works perfectly in videos, but when I come on live streams, the speaker plays up.
No, I don't
But
use a
people
phone
like
unless I have to.
yourself with the good experiences, having open dialogue and talking with many people is key, I
Mm-hmm.
think, with
Yeah,
changes,
I totally agree.
because the people is power. With the people, you can go far, and that's a lot of travellers might not associate with non-travellers, but maybe I was ignorant to this in my past, where I would only speak with my community. This was years ago, not now. But I think since YouTube and the prison I've done, and maybe cousins of mine, we know that people are just people, and we shouldn't be ignorant, and we should be open, have dialogue with any people we can, because people are people, and everyone's got something to offer.
We are all human. This shouldn't. I don't agree with discrimination. I actually think that discrimination borders on hate speech,
Yes.
and it's used in that way quite often. Something I won't personally allow on anything which I do.
Yeah.
If I spot it, then I'll deal with it in my own way, and I will take that on the chin if I'm wrong.
That's very good, mate. Do it like that.
If I am wrong, I will also apologise, and I'll learn from that. There's a number of people who I know in the past have had a go at auditors. You've been a victim of this as well.
Oh yeah.
And I sit and watch. I don't say, don't
You're
get
clever.
involved. I sit and watch, and I make my own decision based on what I hear.
Yeah,
And
but that's wisdom, Grim Reaper. You're wise. You review things, then go. Yeah.
yeah, I like to make my own. I don't get swayed. I had a problem in the past, and I allowed myself to become part and parcel of a group of people who I thought were friends.
Mm-hmm.
Then one day I realised, hang on a second, these are people who I know on the internet. Do they actually like me, or is it because I'm in agreement with what they're saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason why. When I moved away, I got a lot of stick. Don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one phrase, which is dillygaff, right? And to me, that's not a word. It's a way of life. I don't let people get to me anymore.
Brilliant.
And I just don't, I really can't be arsed with playground politics.
Do you
At
think
the
there's
end
a
of the
lot of
day,
that in this
if you
community?
got something to say it, but do it constructively,
Yeah.
and don't start pounding on the same thing time and time again and dragging crap up from the past.
Is this just the auditing
Everybody,
community or in Hull?
I'm talking in general terms. I see it in the auditing
Yeah,
community day in, day out.
it's getting bad.
But I also see it in general life,
Yeah,
and I see it on other streams, other communities. I disagree with it, and the reason why I disagree with it is because everybody has the right to do what they want to do, and as long as they're not inflicting harm on anybody else,
yeah.
then why can't they do what they do? You know,
Because people, can I
are
just say,
jealous?
like, sorry,
Are jealous?
can I say one thing, right?
Yeah.
I was on a shadow ban for 4 months.
Now
Um,
that I don't know what is. Can you
right,
explain to me what a shadow ban is? There's my
obviously,
ignorance.
no problem. Like, I barely knew either, and then now I know. But Live Free went jail, right, the first time.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously we remember JB, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
All the trouble he caused. I obviously come against him and spoke about him. I made a video on him.
Mm.
He got it removed, and he got me a week ban off YouTube, right?
Okay.
For this video, got me one strike. On YouTube, you can only have 3 strikes, then you lose your channel forever.
Mm-hmm.
After you've done your week ban, where you can't go live or upload a video, you're back on, yeah?
Yeah.
This happened to me in November last year. Last month, it might have been actually, yeah, so last month, my ban was over, the shadow ban, which means YouTube will recommend me now. So you would have seen the Gypsy popping up everywhere now because I'm getting promoted by YouTube,
Right. Got
right?
you. Yeah.
And I've been proactive and more making more audits.
Mm-hmm.
When JB put that strike into me, if I didn't get it, I would have probably been on double my subscriber count now. So I'm basically 3 months behind on my channel now.
Right. Okay.
I made the mistake and the risk by making the video about JB. I called him a snake and blah blah blah, which he is. I stood by Live Free and I still do. I don't know your opinion on that situation, but I still stand by Live Free.
Um. Right. Okay. Let me just clarify. Um. I support the right of people to be able to determine what they want to do.
Hmm.
Right. I disagree with the way things turned out. I do believe that there's certain circumstances where people will push the wrong buttons,
Yeah,
and will find the right buttons from their point of view to get people to do things based on emotion.
yeah, exactly what
And
happened.
that is what happened. I then think that there was a lot of people behind that. I don't believe it was just one person.
I agree with you.
Um, I think that it was orchestrated. I think that there was a lot of jealousy involved. I'm not going to go around naming
Yeah,
particular people. I can't prove it. I can't produce any evidence from that way. It is my own personal opinion. Um, I can, as an independent person, I'm free to make my own choices. And this
definitely.
is what I encourage people to do. You can support people, you can support who you like, right? That's fine. But don't take everything that they do as gospel. And no
Yeah,
pun intended in any way, shape, or form. I'm not getting religious or anything. Be yourself. And that's the only advice I would give to people. You want to donate to whatever cause, whether it be a particular auditor, whether it be a charity or whatever, that is between you and your conscience. If you're able to do it, do it. What I disagree with is, and this is the reason why I don't have such a thing, never asked for any money, don't have
hmm
a PayPal. I don't have any interest in people donating cash. If somebody wants to donate their time to me, that's great.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with that.
Time's
I
better than
love it
money.
because it helps. People's time is more beneficial
It's priceless.
than money.
It's
It's
priceless.
priceless. And I couldn't have got from where I was to where I am now without the people who supported me behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And the website is doing fantastic. We've got podcasts on there. We've had interviews with people from over in the States on
Brilliant,
there.
mate.
We've got the backing of people from the States. We're making inroads all over the place. That's from a point of view of auditing,
You're
right?
doing good, man. It's nice to see you doing well.
Then we're making inroads into other areas
Hmm.
because it's not just about auditing. To me, it's about free speech and freedom to do what you want to do, providing it's lawful.
So, in
That's
any
the only
sense,
boundary.
you've not made it into one market. You've expanded it, haven't you?
Yeah, it's open
That's
to
clever.
everybody.
Yeah.
You know, this channel is open to everybody. You disrespect, you go. You show respect, no issues.
Can I
If
ask
you
you a question, Grim Reaper?
yeah,
Because I think you're a clever man, and I think it's going to be hard to get this out of you. But in your opinion, now, when Live Free comes out of jail, will he return to auditing?
yes, but not in the same way.
He'll be calmer, won't he?
I think he will have grown in himself,
Hmm.
right? And the thing is, Live Free is a persona.
Yeah, it's a character.
It's a character.
Hmm.
Yeah. Chris, the man, is different, or
He's
the
a good
person,
man.
right? Totally different, right? And I've seen that from what I've listened to,
Yeah.
right? And what happened was, and he's admitted it and he's apologized, he's done everything that he can do, yet the
Hmm.
crap still goes on, right? The crap goes on because people believe that they're right in keeping it going, etc., and all the
Yeah.
rest of it, right? I think personally that to me is hate. That's hatred.
Of
That's not
course it is. Of
freedom.
course.
You know, it's not freedom of speech. That's hate speech.
But that's
That
keeping people relevant, that they want to spiral from his name. Now, the facts about Live Free are,
exactly. They want to live off his
but
character and to
but the
make a little bit of extra cash, get more viewers,
but of
etc.
course the facts are, Grim Reaper, Gypsy Order doesn't earn anything from mentioning Live Free because I risked it by getting a strike, for, but I done it out of what I believe, and I am a channel where I can be polite, but if I have got a point, you'll see me be tough and stand. And I met Live Free
Hmm?
and went out on audit, so it was an honour. I'm a massive fan of him and was before I started auditing, which was last March. I
Yeah,
watched him, Arthur Taylor, UK Meets the Tyrants, and a few others. I reached out to him when I had 10 subscribers, and he gave me advice, and he has given me many advice over the time. I've been on YouTube, and he gave me a lift home and back, and brought me lunch when I met him on audit with Pegasus. He's a very humble man. Away from the camera, he's clearly like all of us. If we've got family, he's a family man. I see him give a lot to homeless that day, and he never mentioned it on camera, which he doesn't do. Listen, I don't know him as a friend. I would say I obviously do respect him. When he comes out, I think he's going to offer a lot, and he he done very well for himself online. And I'm very saddened that he lost both his channels. I do think he will build up again, because his personality will always sell. But I will stand by, and the same with BuzzTex, Grim Reaper, yeah? Like, he's a different kettle of fish. Like, whatever you want to say about BuzzTex, he's very clever at what he does. You know?
Yes, yes, but I have no ill feelings towards BuzzTex.
Mm-hmm.
From my time before I rebranded, shall we say,
Yeah. Was you
and
on
left.
another one before then? Another
Well, I
channel?
was. No, I didn't have my own channel. I was known as God. You may.
Hey, I remember it as the channel name.
Yes,
Was you on the Telegram group?
I was.
I had an argument with you before.
Yep.
Do you remember?
Yeah, we've had discussions and disagreements. Doesn't mean to say that I have any animosity towards you. Never have done.
Actually, I think we did sort it out in the end anyway.
Yeah, it was just a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Your strong opinions are mine.
Yeah,
And I respect you for that. At least you're
we.
brave enough to say it.
You have to agree at some point. You have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, because you'll never move on. You'd be bitter, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
The same with life.
Um,
Like, if you commit a crime, and say, like, every time I've been in prison, I've had people ring the old bill on me, yeah? If I didn't forgive these people and done revenge, I'll be living with hate, yeah? And I don't want to live like that. I feel at peace because I made the mistakes. I was severely violent twice in my life. Well, probably many times, but like I went to prison for, but I don't feel good about it. I've got
mhm.
5 kids. Um, I've got a YouTube channel. I do my work, do whatever, and I would tell anyone, like, just don't live in bitterness and hate because it just eats at you, and you end up being ill. So not mentally ill, but physically as well because it eats away at your body. And
Yes.
stress and anger is the biggest killer in people, and I don't live by that
I
no
think
more.
the thing is, I mean, I'm not going to start saying, like, promote love and power and all the rest of it, and peace. People should learn to get on with each other and have respect.
If we can, I know sometimes it's hard. Believe me, guys. I've got so many stories to say coming up. I've got big fights ahead of me, legal fights, and we need to do it the proper way. Let's not do it with the old fighting because we can't fight anymore. You go to prison. Do it legally. If you want to have a fight with somebody, do it in the ring, do it in the cage, do it like the proper people do. Don't fight in the streets. Don't use weapons on the streets because you're gonna ruin your life. And unless you're strong enough mentally to handle what's coming for you, because you're going to prison,
Mm.
you will completely ruin your life. And I feel, Grim Reaper, at 19 years old, I was a strong man, and I was a child, but I do feel I had a man's mind because I've been brought up very well, good family.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a rare breed, I think, at that age that I was 18, 19 stone at 19 years old, so I was on the steroids. I was quite a big lump. I didn't get any hassle in prison, only bits and pieces. Because, in a sense, people in prison are cowards because they do team up and attack one person on their own. It's generally a 6 or 10 people on one in prison. But if you keep yourself to yourself, defend yourself when you need to, you would generally have an easy ride. And that's what I had. There is racism in prison system from the prison staff. If you play the game a certain way, um, I was on a wing in Bullingdon, and because they knew I was from the gypsy community, and there was 6 or 7 gypsies on my landing on my wing, they separated all of us around the prison. They
Hmm.
didn't want us together. So in the end, I used to say I was in the traveller. just so I could associate with my cousins and friends
Yeah.
because I knew the racism. They wouldn't want us together because they assume we're going to be a certain way when it's far from reality. The
Well,
same with
this is the problem. Is people judge people by what they read, what they're told, without checking for themselves and not having their eyes open. They just walk around with blinkers on,
Mhm.
and I don't. I mean, you and I, we've had our discussions in the past.
Yeah,
We're having a totally different sort of discussion now.
better
Um,
discussion now.
and it just goes to show that people, all right, you can blow your top, right?
Uh-huh.
You can say things that you may regret afterwards. I'm the sort of person that if I've made a mistake, I will go, I've made a mistake, hold my hand up. It's a
Move
genuine
on.
apology. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Let's do whatever we can do. Hello, cop. Um,
but
and
you're
a kid.
wise, Grim Reaper. You got that wisdom.
I think, well, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm old,
Yeah,
decrepit.
but you grow with age, don't you? People say.
I like to think that I can find middle ground somewhere. And if I can find that middle ground, I can talk to people. I mean, I've even talked to Crinkle. Crinkle,
Yeah, I get on with Crinkle.
he doesn't treat me the same way as he treats other people.
Me
Maybe
neither. He
it's
has respect
because,
for me.
well, maybe he's got a bit of respect for me. I mean, the first time we met, he did not have a go at me, which is fine. It's his choice,
Mm.
you know. But
Depends what it's about, though, doesn't
I
it?
will give back what I'm given,
Yeah.
you know. And was having a chat with him earlier on this morning, and I reminded him what he said to me. And he went, "You're joking. You're not the same person." I said, "Yeah, I am. Same name." And he said, "Well, but we just had what the way he put it was an adult conversation,
Yeah.
right?" And I just turned around and said, "Well, you don't need to scream and shout at people all the time. You know, you don't
You don't
need
get anywhere.
to join the rat race and follow blindly because somebody else says so. Surely you got a brain. Surely you got your own mind. You're able to make your own mind up about something."
I do
And
think he's clever, though, isn't he? Like, if you give Crinkle that props, right? But Crinkle is he's controversial, right? And
quite deliberately, yes.
yeah, of course, he plays to a character, and you know when he mentions certain words on YouTube, he knows you can't because we're restricted,
Yeah.
and he goes on it all the time, and he's borderline. I just think with what the stuff you're doing. How many subscribers are you on YouTube?
Just short of 200, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
Not
you'd
many.
have many more.
No, no. People drop in, people drop out. I mean,
Yeah,
the thing is, Gypsy, I don't have an issue with. I could have one subscriber and I'm
yeah, you'd
happy.
be the same.
You know,
Same as me.
I don't care. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? I have a
Well,
message which is, from my perspective, it's to support freedom and to support our rights, and doesn't matter what community you're part of. It
yeah,
is our rights. It's our freedoms. And there's something which I have noticed is that we are very self-destructive
yeah.
um, towards other areas. We aren't one. We should be. We should
We'd be
support each
stronger
other,
together, wouldn't we?
and we should have respect. But there again, I do live with the fairies at times because I
No.
know it's never going to happen. There's always
Listen,
going to be this
let's hope.
jealousy. I
Listen,
don't give up with hope. Never
do you
have
know
done.
what it is, Grim Reaper, right? With society, I feel there's agendas, right? Like, it's an hard thing because it's like with the government, I think, I don't want to say too much, but I'm just saying, like, we are fighting for money. Yeah, we're all fighting for money, and I feel there's a lot of greedy people in this world. Um, and we're all trying to get something. Like I feel in this auditing community, say it's a very good community, and if we unite more, we grow together more, and we're stronger in the long term. When we're infighting, we're losing. And I've had my fair share of arguments in this community, but at the end of the day, we move on. And if we want to tear up and have a proper fight, we do it in the ring, or we leave it. Like,
Well, I'm
leave it
not a
and
physical
move on.
fighter. Never have been, never will be.
But you know what?
But
Like,
I
fighting
don't
trolls. Have you ever heard of him?
fighting trolls. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's doing that 3D fight play. He had his fight and stuff in it, and this is a good thing. Like, this is this is the old school. This is the way to do it. Have a tear up, shake hands, it's done. And
Well,
get some money for doing it.
if that's what you want to do, again, I don't see any reason why not. I personally don't think it's the right way.
Don't you?
But while we've got a community which is at loggerheads with each other, and we've got people who are constantly slagging other people off
Yeah.
just for the sake of it, just for the controversy,
For
just
money.
for
They
money.
think it's winning, but it's not. It's a
Yeah,
fake formula.
yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work in long term.
I've been asked on occasions, when are you doing your next live? I don't know, is the short answer.
Yeah.
I do things on impulse. I was just on somebody else's live, and that's now gone. That's all sorted. I said I'll strike up a live for an hour or so, basically just to get away from what was going on.
Whose live was you on?
Shady's.
It's
I've got
Big Up Shady.
Yeah, I've got respect for Shady. I think
Yeah,
he's a
me too.
nice guy. Um, he's got his own demons,
Yeah.
and like everybody,
Yeah. We've all got
but
something.
rather than sort of joining in on the I don't know, what people like is drama, right?
Yeah.
I went on there to talk to him to try and get him to see what he's going on about. It's the wrong forum. You shouldn't be doing it this way.
Yeah.
It's better off
Is it?
offline.
He's gonna
You
lose
know,
his channel if he carries on like this.
well,
He's already had
potentially,
two
yes.
strikes. I
Yeah,
spoke to him the other day, and he said he had 2 strikes. Yeah.
yes. He's
Listen,
close.
he's gonna lose it through other people's actions in a minute.
Well, someone's just got to put in another complaint. Third
And it's
strike,
gone.
you're out. It's gone.
Do you know what it is? And with YouTube, you're permanently gone. You got to come on a new social media platform then. So just
Yeah.
people need to
Or you've
tread
got to
carefully.
create a completely new um,
Market.
persona, whatever. You with
Yeah,
me? But then as soon as you open your mouth, oh, that's such and such.
you're gone.
You
You're
know,
finished.
and you're gone again.
Can I ask you a
Um,
question, Garupek? I'm gonna
yeah,
go, bro, and I don't want to take over. I mean, I didn't think I've been on this long, but I do like you, and I've listened to you for a long time. Yeah, well, however long you've been on,
yeah.
and I should have come
Appreciate
on
it.
before. No, that's all right. You do good stuff. So this year coming up, obviously, things are looking a bit more normal, aren't they?
Yeah, ish.
This is the time I feel. Can this auditing community come together here in the UK, in your opinion?
Canada put the egos aside.
That's the big question. But I'm saying, can can 90% of the community unite and for the greater good? In your opinion, can people put aside that and say it's for the greater good, or has it gone too far?
I think that it may have gone too far, and I think there's a lot of healing that needs to be done.
And who's going to run
Um,
it? Live Free is the only one to bring it all back, I think. What do you
I
think?
don't know whether Live Free is going to be as active on YouTube he may feel that he needs to go on to a different platform.
I get that. Probably
Where it's,
Facebook. Yeah.
and still have links to YouTube. There's a lot of auditors that are moving on to other platforms in the belief that the way that they're doing things now is better than it was before. Well,
What platforms though? Facebook and Gitter and all that.
well, yeah, you've got anything from
I'm on TikTok.
Instagram, TikTok,
TikTok's
etc.
restricted.
You know,
I've got monetized on there. It's very restricted.
yeah, I mean they've got very strict rules.
They're worse than YouTube.
Yeah, well, I'm not on TikTok as such a, I mean, I've got a TikTok account and that's about it. Hello, no more lies. Just remember the golden rule. Show your face, mate, and I'll think about letting you on. You know what's going on.
Is that your rule?
Cheers.
Is that the rule then? You got to show your face to get on.
Yeah, I've seen you, mate. I've seen you.
Is that what you do, Grim Reaper? Make people show the face just in case?
If I know them, I don't need to.
I know, but
But if they
it?
start if they've got a history, shall we say?
Yeah.
Then I do ask that they are respectful and they don't do anything which causes anybody any harm.
Can I ask you one more question before I go?
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. No more lies.
Sorry, pick up. How you doing, No More Lies? Do you know your website? How many how can you judge? How do you know how many people are watching, and do you have members on there? Like, how does the website work? Because I've not got one.
Right. First of all, we can sort that out for you. If you want, we can have a separate discussion.
I'm interested.
I think what it is if you've got connections, you've got people who are willing to support you.
I've got a few.
Then it comes naturally. You get a lot of if you get the right name. That's the thing, is to have the right name so that when people do a Google search or anything like that, the way that the Google Analytics
Can I just keep
works
my
is
name
different.
as a website though, as gypsyauditor.com?
If it's available, yes.
Unless someone else is, no one else should have it because I'm the only one with this name.
You'll be surprised.
If they took my name, I'll go crazy.
It might be
own this name.
the person we need to speak with is Mellows. And he'll be able to explain
he said about it a while ago to me, Mellows. Do you know what, Grim Reaper? Does it work though? And how many? You said you're getting 300,000. Is that views on your website or?
It's hits. It's where people have visited. Yeah.
Can't you bring people to your YouTube channel from your website then?
Well, there is a crossover, and to me, they should go hand in hand, right? But there's things I can do on the website that I can't do on YouTube.
Can you put videos on there and that? Is that what you've got on there? I'm going to check it out.
I've got links. I've got some of the videos that I've done. I've got links for others, such as Nutter, Fake Mike Real News, and a few others. I've also got an Odyssey account where stuff which I can't put on YouTube, I can put on there.
So the less
and I can put links in. But I've also got interviews where I've chatted with other people from America, put those on as a short series. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I've not been able to do anything recently, but they are on there as well.
Are you running that then yourself?
More or less, yes. But we behind the face, if you like, or the presenter, there is a team of people who work on the website, and they can do whatever they want. They've got permissions to do it. Mrs. J is fantastic in some of the stuff she's done.
Yeah.
Carl and Alison have been helping me with audio stuff. As
Big
I
up
say,
Carl and Alison.
they've come up with a way of being able to do lives with interaction from people on the radio. It's something that we've been working on for a long
wow.
time. We can now do that, and
That's brilliant.
there is no restrictions
So it is
in the same way
literally
as there is
freedom there.
elsewhere. You know, people
So
are
it's
free
proper
to
freedom.
say what they want to say,
That's
but
saying.
it takes time,
Yeah.
and you have to have patience. It's
Thank you
never
for
going to
letting me on,
work
brother.
overnight.
I'm gonna jump on. I might have some food and go jump on someone else's, but maybe. But listen, I've kind of took over for you. I'll big up No
Oh,
More
it's
Lies.
okay.
Nice to see
Anytime.
you,
You're
brother.
welcome anytime, Gypsy.
Now,
Yeah,
listen,
bro.
thank you for letting me on, and
It's been
I
nice talking
appreciate
to
your
you.
support.
It's been nice talking to you, mate. You take
Listen,
care.
you hold a very good conversation, and you're always welcome on my channel as well if I do a live.
No worries. I'll
It'd
look
be
out
nice to
for
have
it.
you over.
I'm
And
still a subscriber. I've
thank
still
you,
got the
bro.
notifications on.
I'm subscribed to you as well, and I wish you well. And I'm going to look into this website thing. I think it's a really good thing.
All right, no worries, mate.
Because we are very restricted. Take care, everyone, and
Take care. Cheers now. Thanks for coming up.
take it easy.
So,
Hello, mate. How are you?
right, good. I'm all right, but have you not noticed I've been coming on YouTube?
I've been off YouTube for at least a week. It's I had to take some time away for my own sanity. So I didn't even bother looking at any notifications or anything. So I don't know, mate. I'm hoping that things work out
It's
for you.
falling apart.
You and I have our differences. We have a difference of opinion, and I do think that it takes quite a bit for you to come up and to talk to me or to talk to other people. I know some creators don't let you on. That is their choice. I got questioned as to why I let you on at one point, but that was for you to pass your email address on, and
Yeah, I didn't
I
get
haven't had a
back to
chance to
that.
follow. I haven't had a chance to chase that one up yet. But as you just heard, we now are in a position where we can have a live conversation on the radio rather than recorded, with a little bit of chat and music. It's a bit of a strange setup because we've got to use at the moment Skype. I'm trying to
Are
work
you,
out
are you
a
restricted
different way.
of what you can say, though? Are you
Sorry?
restricted to what you can say? Can you say whatever you want? Or...
So long as people are respectful to others, there isn't an issue.
Yeah.
Respect and no hate speech. Basically, that's how it works. If I have a guest on who starts being disrespectful to an individual or to a group and borders on hate speech, they will go and they won't be allowed back
This is why I
because
don't come on
that's
YouTube,
incitement.
because YouTube has turned into hate. They're all like wanting to meet each other in car parks and fights, and I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's entirely up to the individuals if they want to do that. I was just having a similar conversation with Gypsy. Gypsy he believes that that's the right way. That's his choice. I have no. I personally wouldn't do that. I don't think it's right. I think underground boxing is a bit barbaric. But if that's what people want to do, then that's fine. There's no issues with that whatsoever. And yes, Gypsy, you're right. Yeah, we only fight if needed. If you can't sort your problems out, and that is the only way to resolve an issue, then that is the only way to resolve an issue. If you can't agree to disagree, but hey, Not everybody, as Gypsy was putting it, has a wise head on. You know, so that's entirely, as I say, that's just how I see it anyway. But somebody else could disagree with me totally. You know. So, what are you up to these days? How's life in general for you? Better? Worse?
It's all right. I'm living a normal system, mate.
You're not on the streets though, as such.
No, it's like they're like little posh little hotel rooms, right? Right, smart.
Well,
Good place. People
I'll give you
fall
some
out here.
advice. I'll give you some advice. You can choose to take it or leave it. Okay.
Go on.
Keep your nose
Go
clean.
on.
Stop being disrespectful to different people, right? And show that you are human.
I have done for a long time, but I'm not really feeling YouTube no more.
I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking in general terms. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
YouTube is just a platform, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think because of your reactions in the past, you have become your own worst enemy. That's just my personal feelings, right?
You're absolutely right.
And unless you learn from your mistakes, you never move forward, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you are to blame. I'm not going to discuss anything with you, which is an ongoing situation. You know that, for legal reasons. I'll rather wait until that's over and done with, and then we'll talk about things at that point. Gypsy wants to come back on. Hiya, mate.
I'm just sorry. I'm just listening in to what you're saying. I think Southampton Drone. I've spoke to him many times, right? I do believe Southampton Drone plays a good character, and he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, it's a character.
What you saying now, bro?
You know, I've said to you before.
Yeah, you've said it, but you know, have you actually proved that fact?
Hey, we don't need proof.
Come on, man.
It's
an
written.
opinion.
We can see you, brother.
Shut up.
We know what's going on.
You falling out with me, Gypsy. I never fell out with you. We've never fell out, me and you.
Hey?
You can have your own. This is just an opinion. You know that, don't you?
No, it is my opinion, but I'm saying
Yeah, it's an opinion. That's
I
all.
know what you're doing, and I
I
actually like.
still love you, bro. I still love you. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm doing. Are my subs going anywhere? Do I care about YouTube?
I know what you're doing. There's
I
a
don't care about
character.
YouTube. Okay.
You're staying relevant.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
is it like Psychology 101? Am I reversing that fact? Flipping it and reversing
Listen, you said the same answer.
Show
4
your
months
face,
ago.
mate. Please, just for me.
Listen, keep
God,
up
that
the
was
good
quick.
work, man.
Jesus
We need
Christ, that was the
characters.
quickest flash I've ever seen.
We need our characters. Grim Reaper, sorry, mate. I'm going to go because I'm going to bed now.
All right,
I'm
mate.
trying to sleep.
Okay.
Still love you, sir.
Southampton, listen. People
I
hate him
still
a
love
lot,
you.
and it hurts your mental health, right? But keep up the good work. Keep up the character.
Oh,
Obviously, there's a real person in there, but we have to keep. We have to listen. In a sense, everybody's a character.
Hey, Gypsy, come on, we're all a character. Yeah, of course we are.
In a sense, yeah, definitely. In a sense,
Without being
mine's a
characters, we're
cartoon
nothing,
on here, yeah. But enjoy. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Gypsy. Thanks for coming back.
Good evening, Grim Reaper. How are you?
I'm fine, Carl. How are you?
Copycat. How you doing?
Hello. All right, Southampton.
I take it
How are you? How are
I
you
take it-
anyway, Grim?
I'm fine, mate. Just because you're new to here, so we say. Anything goes as long as people are respectful.
Oh, we're always respectful. We love you.
That's fine. I'm a very respectful respectful
always were,
person.
as far as I was concerned. I might not agree with everything that you say or do,
I
but
totally agree.
yeah, you know,
Yeah,
we agree to disagree.
He's had his
You
He's had his
know,
But
medication.
it's
His cough. It's
it's
still
been
going.
a long time since I last spoke to you properly.
yeah, let's just say that there was a difference of opinion.
Back, oh bloody hell.
Telegram days, but we don't have to
Telegram.
follow
Yeah.
that. We don't
Telegram,
that
have
was
to
a
follow
long
that.
time.
No friends.
yes, I don't deny my past. I make, like everybody, you know, sooner or later you
Listen
wake
here,
up and
God.
smell the coffee. In my case, I did that and became independent. You know,
Yeah.
I have no allegiance to any particular
You
flavour.
were God and now you're Grim Reaper. What's happened?
I would
God to Grim
rather.
Reaper.
I've got to be honest, Grim. Obviously, I
Shady,
know
I'll bring you
you
up
as.
in a minute. Won't be, I'm not ignoring you. You're
I
right,
know that
person. Cheers.
I know that you used to be the Lord Almighty. Now you've gone down under.
No, neither.
Oh, yeah, you did in Telegram. You used to be the boss, the big boss, and now you've been demoted down to the
No, now I
devil's
just
side.
take people's souls and leave nothing
But
behind.
I've got to be honest, I've always respected you.
Well, I appreciate that.
And how can I put it? Even when everyone started falling out, you stayed with it for a little while, and then for some unknown reason, you just stopped talking. So I thought, oh well, I don't know what I've done, but I'll move on, and that's what I've done.
Yeah, well, somewhere along the line, I realised that it was like plotting fog, shall we say.
Well, the problem is, there's a lot of people out there, even now. Yeah, I may say things that I shouldn't say. I've just apologised to one person by a text. I hope he's got it. But
Oh, have you been
a lot of
upsetting people again, Cop?
a lot of things that people saying about me isn't true.
We'll love you,
I'm
Cop.
just
We'll love
me.
you.
Well, we know you do. We've stayed friends
Whoa!
most of the way through.
No more lies. Let him speak,
Sorry.
please. Go on.
I know. Don't worry. Yeah. So as I said, we used to be all of us. We was all in the back in the day, all doing exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what went on. I got booted from the Telegram group from the Americans. I don't know why. No one's ever came back and told me.
Well, I can't comment because it's not my place, and that is
No.
nothing to
But
do with me.
I
You
would
know.
I would just like to know. So at least then, if it's something that I've done, I might be able to change it.
Well,
You see what I mean?
yeah. No, I see your point of view. I am a master on. Rice and peas. Spunkfish. Shady, I know you're waiting patiently in the back.
But
um,
that's all. That's all I want to know is what I've done wrong, so I can sort it out. But hey ho, never mind. It
I
was a long
think
time ago.
exactly, and I accept people for who they are, but
But
I know people's agendas, and no disrespect to No More Lies, and I've got an understanding of what you're trying to do in the short
please,
term and
I've
in the
got to be
long
honest.
term.
I've got to be honest,
Come
group.
on.
Yeah,
Be friendly
I've got to be
enough,
honest.
and
I speak to No More Lies quite regularly on the phone,
Hmm.
and yes, I've always said it. He is a fucking pain in the ass.
Oh, he's
But
a dick.
if you get to, yeah, if you really
Or it
do
can
get
be
to
anyway.
know him, if
Yeah.
you really get to know him, he is a really nice guy. I used to be good
no,
friends with
that's
him
it.
in the.
Live and out. Yeah, I would delete my channel live and out now to show that I don't care about subscribers and stuff. But if I'm
No more lies.
YouTube,
Wait and bear with me. Bear with
Hang
me.
on. Hang on.
Right. So
it's gone wrong, YouTube.
me
Everybody
and
follow now.
hold on.
Shh.
Me and No More Lies were good friends back in the Telegram group days. For some unknown reason, he decided to fall out with people that tried to help him.
It was a long time ago.
I know, bear with me. And I've always looked out for him. And recently, I've been talking to him probably twice, 3 times a week. And I'll be honest, apart from his horrible signal,
Hmm.
he is such a really nice guy. If
Right.
people
Well,
just got to know him.
now you've just spent 5 minutes or so
Picking him up.
digging up No More Lies. There's certain things which I think even No More Lies would agree. Things have gone on in the past which are unforgivable, right?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Does not mean that I wouldn't accept you providing you behave, right? And you treat this channel with respect. This channel reaches across lots of different communities, right? And I'm going to get a lot of stick for this from people who are going to say, why did you allow No More Lies up? Why did I allow Cop up, etc.? Right?
Mhm.
I'll take that on the chin, right?
But
At the end of the day, I've
I
asked
know
that you
what.
be respectful. You have
I
been,
know.
right? And while you do that, I will not ban you,
yeah,
right?
well,
I
I
know.
will allow
I
you
know.
up every now and again. If
I
I
I'm
know.
tried
put in a
to.
if I'm put in a
So
position I was put in before by you, I will ban you, and you know that, right? And
difference
I'm
with
totally
me.
honest. And the same with
Differences
you,
with
Cop.
me. Yeah,
You
but
know,
differences with me. I don't think I've ever been disrespectful to you.
I never said you have.
But I
I'm just
try not
saying.
to. Yeah, but
I'm
I
saying
try
what
not to be disrespectful
disrespectful.
to anybody.
There are
But
times
everyone
when you
takes it.
do, when you are, and sometimes it's the way you put things,
Yeah, my way of
right?
putting things might be the wrong way. But if
Yeah.
someone says, "Look, you shouldn't have put it that way," I will then go, "Okay, right, no worries." As long as if someone says to me, "Right, you've done that the wrong way round,"
Hi, Mr. Hobbs.
then
Right. Can I just
yeah, go on.
bring Shady up, right? Because he's been very patient in the background, right? And the last time I don't want him to think that I'm ignoring him, because I do like Shady. He's a nice guy. Um, Good
Big
evening,
up,
Shady.
Shady.
How you doing,
I
my
did,
friend?
but Grim, I did actually say in the message I could wait an hour to come on. So
Oh, I
yeah,
don't like keeping people waiting. You know that. You
I
know.
know that.
I'm
Oh,
going to. You know.
I'm being cheerful. I'm being cheerful. I promise you that.
Nice.
No, I will work out my problem another time.
Good.
But yeah,
Enough said on that one.
yeah. Anyway,
All right.
what's this happy topic about?
Well, I think at the moment it's the mutual society between Copwatcher and No More Lies.
But we love you too, though, Grim. Come on.
Of course we do.
You know,
Listen, if we all met in life, yeah, and we're all not this YouTube rubbish, yeah, we'd all have cuggles, we'd all have a drink, we'd be all okay.
I
No,
don't
we'd be all
drink.
right together.
no,
Don't
I
step
don't
up,
drink
Luke.
really. Where's me? I
We'll give
need to go
you
and get a
Luke
can.
Yeah,
Listen,
I've not drunk for over 30 years, so.
Yeah, I forgot
well,
about
you've not driven properly for over 30 years either.
that. No, he hasn't.
No,
No, he hasn't.
34, actually. Thank you very much.
23
Listen,
for me.
I don't
Oh,
roast people. I might be a
you
little
was
bit
a little boy.
sarcastic, but I don't roast
Yeah,
people.
yeah, we
Listen,
know.
guys,
But
I've got when I have a conversation with Shady, I've also got to take the dog out because she keeps coming to me. So I'm going to put you back in the back room if you don't mind, and we'll
Okay.
take it from there.
Well,
You know?
I'll jump off anyway. It has been nice. I only wanted to come on and say hi. And
Well, come say hi on the when I'm live on the radio. And we'll have a chat. As long as
where's
you got
that?
a Skype account.
Where's this? Where's that?
It's on Skype. Huh?
Skype.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. Is there any way that you can?
Tell me, Cobb.
Can you put the link in the chat for us, Grim,
Yeah, just
before
go
you
to the
shoot off?
Grim Reaper radio show, right? Online.
What on Google or Facebook or?
Well, just type in www.grimreaperradioshow.com. Have a look at the website. There is a blog page there which confirms that we are now able to chat online. We play a little bit of music and basically chill out.
What sort of music do you play, though? Come on.
Me? Anything from the 50s to the 80s.
Country?
Yeah, it does.
What's country when it's around?
Country and western. nice, relaxing music. I play my car a lot now.
Well, each to their own. Listen, if I can find a bit of country, I'll put a bit of country on. Not that you'd be able to hear it through Skype. You'd have to listen to it on the radio. But yeah, I'll dig something out for you.
There's a lot. There's a lot on YouTube, isn't there? That's where I listen to mine from now. Yeah.
And Kenny Rogers.
Yep. And Clint Black.
I've got someone else.
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
Oh God,
Pulse
the old
Prison.
Change from a Xerox machine.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Right, go on. I'm going to let you go, and I'll speak to you. What nights do you go on the radio then?
That's something which we're working out at the moment because I want to do stuff on here and also on the radio. There's certain things you can't discuss on here, but we can discuss on the radio. So it sort of depends. But I do want to do some regular
I'll go on
slots.
now. So www.thegrimreaperradioshow.com.
Okay,
I'll have a look at that now. I'm going to have a look.
All right, cheers.
I'll speak to you very soon, mate.
Take care. Thanks for dropping by.
Okay,
no worries. I'll give you a bell. I'll give you a bell. No more.
Can I say something quickly? When I ended my channel, you know, and then there was me, you, and you left because you created this one. Me and Jen spent about 45 minutes appreciating music because obviously it's not live, and I was showing the music because I could share. And I think, you know, what I learned about Jen is obviously she's got empathy, but we like similar music. Yeah, it's like a communication. Sorry, I'm definitely sounding drunk now. That was nice.
Hello,
yeah, but that was nice.
Hello,
you know,
hello.
somebody that my messages are through music, not by communication. That's why. Oh, Wingnut, how you doing, bro?
I'm all right. All right. How you, Shady?
I'm all right. How you doing, bro? Oh, it's on my channel. Go on, Grim.
No, you're fine. Take over. I don't mind. Listen, Shady, will you do me a favour? And yourself, Wingnut, I do need to take the dog out before she pisses all over the place, and I don't want to do that. Can I leave this in your capable hands and entertain people?
No.
Without,
I guess we
dropping
can...
anything like Queen bombs, etc. Can I trust you?
I guess me and Shady can handle it. You know?
All right, cheers. I'll be back as soon as I can.
So nice and love, I think. Wingnut, I'm going to call you Dave. I'm going to call you Dave because I like to call people Dave. So what you been up to, bro?
What the hell? Why do you like to call people Dave?
It's from the movie. It's a TV show called Only Fools and Horses.
Okay.
And the guy's called Rodney. His real name is Rodney, but this guy, I'll remember his name later on, because he always calls him Dave. And then Rodney, there's a classic one. He went, but I'm not. My name's Rodney. I'm not called Dave. And he went,
but Dave's Dave. Not here, man.
No, he goes, okay, Dave, I'll call you Rodney. And Rodney goes, respect. Hold on, it's a classic. It's like a thing. Rodney goes, okay, thank you, for calling me Dave. And he went, look, and then he goes, okay, Dave, and then he starts calling him Dave again. It's a comedy basically called Only Fools and Horses. Unless you watch it, you can't understand.
Right.
It's hilarious, funny.
But on Cheech and Chong, Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here.
That's an American program, you know what I'm saying? Or British stuff, innit? We invented comedy, in my belief.
No. No.
I don't know. Laurel and Hardy, American. One of them was British, and he was the one that wrote the script. He was the one that wrote the script. So obviously, we're amazing. Yes, we are.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
American people are amazing in their own different ways. But obviously, I think, in my belief, you can Google it, disclaimer, but I think we're the most funniest people in the world. That's my opinion. Google it, get your own facts, do your research. But so, what do you think of that one then, Wingnut?
Well, yeah, to laugh at. I can laugh at you all day, Shady. Yeah, you're pretty damn funny.
Respect.
But yeah. So what have you been up to, Shady? What have you been up to, Shady? Anyway, what have you been up to?
I got kicked off for 2 weeks. Obviously, I think I know what I did wrong. So I said something which is against YouTube rules. Then, because I got a second-hand new phone, and I downloaded it. Like, I'm not joking. I was like bored, crapless for about an hour while it's downloading from my phone. It was 20 gigabytes of crap. Well, not really good, just random stuff. But it took, and then the computer froze on. Oh, I'm going to get a drink. So I went down there, didn't get my phone. I saw Road Rage, didn't have the phone. I could have filmed it. That's my bad luck. But I did one about a roundabout, and we have roundabouts. I posted that live, and then all I was doing is counting taxis, different taxis, sports cars. And I was there for about 26 minutes. Even I was bored. But imagine if somebody actually spent 26 minutes watching that live stream. Even I was bored. And nothing happened. Normally, I sit there every day. I get police cars, I get loads of, but I've never got anything to film it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. But then I've got another 19 gigabytes of, it's got to be 15 things that I can put on YouTube. But apparently you don't do it. Well, I'm not going to do it all day because it took about 2 hours to get that one video up.
Oh yeah. So, for me, I mean, that's why I kind of like I started just doing live streams through the StreamYard, because I can live stream however long I want to do the live stream for. All right. And as soon as I do the live stream, it automatically downloads onto YouTube. Right. All right. So for me, I do everything on a cell phone also. So I can take a 5-minute video that I want to download onto YouTube. It will take me 3 freaking hours to do it.
Yeah, this was definitely 2 hours.
Yeah, and all it is 3 for a 5-minute video.
You don't get it because you don't get roundabouts. You know where you go around a circle.
I know what a roundabout is.
Yeah, but you don't get them in America much. And what it is generally,
they're around.
It's a generally place because I can't walk far. I always sit there and I see so much action there. I went, why don't I film it? I started doing it and then got.
Would you sit in the middle of the roundabout?
No. Actually, the one video I didn't see, obviously, it's like, Henry Crinkles is about pigeons.
Yeah.
There's an actual pigeon in the middle of this roundabout. I didn't film it. And these cars went round the pigeon. It's like the pigeon owned the roundabout. And honestly, most people, but yeah, you see my video, they would have killed that pigeon, but it's weird. It is weird that you see a human, not a human being, but something from the earth, like a mammal or whatever, a pigeon or whatever, and you see how gentle these people are driving when they see like a creature in the middle of this island. But when there's nothing there, they just do crazy stuff. It's unbelievable.
Hello. I'm back. Thank you for looking after the store, so to speak. Why have we got numbers in the chat? Just out of curiosity, does anyone realise?
25.
Hang on. Press 1 in the chat if you love Shady. Spunkfish. You're starting
He
now,
always
yeah.
starts this quiz. He always starts that quiz. I respect you, Spunkfish.
Anyway, let me have a quick word with my other guest. Sorry about sort of like leaving you there, but unfortunately, we're having a dog. You've got to take the dog out as and when they demand.
No, thank you, Tim. I see that. I appreciate that.
1.5. Listen, thank you so much for coming up. You're into radios, transmissions, old-fashioned style, so to speak, rather than internet. Is that right?
Oh yeah, man. I've used the original social network. I still talk on it. I've been talking on it since I was 14 years old. So yeah.
Is that?
I mean,
like
I deal with mostly.
Radio?
Well, I do listen to ham, but I don't have a license. You know what I mean? I don't really think the FCC has any authority in the first place. I don't recognize its authority, its self-proclaimed authority. But anyway, I just normally just do all my talking on the CB band. But I listen, and if nobody cares that I'm over on a ham frequency, I'll talk to somebody over there. Just that you get a lot of these hams that are
well, I get a lot of claims on YouTube when I put music on because I dare to play real music. Sorry, copyrighted music.
No, this is a CB radio, and actually Skip's running right now too. So I mean, it's probably like states away what I'm listening to right now. So.
Well, I did a couple. Shady, you love this. Do you remember Z cars?
Yeah.
Right. Now, going back many, many years ago over here in the UK, we had a TV series called Z Cars, and it was called Z Cars because the original cop cars were Vauxhall Zephyrs. And they were, in the day, they were really nice cars. And all the police had it. But there was a tune that they had, right? And I put that on a promo, and I got copyrighted, as in a claim, because I can't be monetized. I'm too small, luckily. But it got banned in about 30 or 40, as they call it, providences or whatever it is. I forgot the term which YouTube use. And I thought, well, this is no use. So I had to upload it somewhere else. It was really just to advertise that we've finally got the internet side of things for the radio station set up. So I'm joining that sort of revolution now, which is what I wanted to do, which is transmit live on the radio. Now, you would transmit on your setup, the old, don't take this the wrong way, Wingnut, the old-fashioned way, the original way. I'm probably still the best, if I'm honest. But I mean, I've got no choice. I've got to use the internet. But I have noticed that we seem to be attracting people from all over the world on this little show. And I think it's great. The fact that we can communicate with like-minded people. I think it's great. I think it's awesome, to be honest.
30 years ago, I was on CB.
Did I say something?
30 years ago, I was on the CB, And what I was going to ask Wingnut to do was press the button, because I had a basic citizen band radio, which was FM. AM was illegal, but his one is like proper. You can get all over the world probably, but he's got a button. He can change the color of his LED lights. He's got it on blue, have it red. I'm thinking I didn't have that 30 years ago. I'd have loved that button, change the color and stuff.
Mm.
Oh yeah!
I never realised that Richard Pryor did us an album. Thought I knew most things.
An English geezer, Richard Pryor. Then again, did you know? I can't remember. Oh, hold on, Wingnut's back.
Yeah,
sorry about that. My cell signal dropped.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do you remember the guy, the famous guy, which I've conveniently forgotten? He did Dirty Dancing. He did Roadhouse. He had a song.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, and that was a decent song. I liked it. It upset me that he's an actor, he's handsome, then all of a sudden, I can sing at the same time. I hate people with too much talent. That's my opinion. Disclaimer there.
So
yeah, anyway, Wingnut, change the LED on your Citizens Band radio, because I think it's so cool.
I got different colors.
Look, oh God, modern technology.
Oh wow, I like that colour. Goes with my background. Sorry, Lord of Audits. You mentioned Patrick Swayze. I just got to put it up there.
Yeah, he was a good actor. He was a good dancer. Obviously, it took me 6 months when he came to England to teach him how to dance that way. I never got a penny for it. But I was shocked when he could sing, because I didn't teach him how to sing. Obviously, everybody knows I can't sing. But
we're not going down the happy birthday route.
No, I could do it. I was on a channel, and it was something like, and I wanted to sing, which I know I can, Happy Birthday, Marilyn Monroe style. I never got a chance.
Oh, I know.
I know I could have nailed it. I could have nailed that, but I never got a chance.
Yeah. Lord of Audits, I totally agree. Unfortunately, the great actors, actresses, entertainers, it's terrible sometimes the way that they pass away. And the fact that they do pass away, especially when they're young, as well. I mean, let's face it, many people are younger than me, including Shady.
Well, I'm shocked that Elvis died, to be honest with you, because obviously I was young, I was a spring chicken, but when I look back, and I call myself an old geezer, if you like, he was like, was he 36 years of age, and he died? And I'm thinking, holy moly. Do you know what I mean?
And do you know, I've got to be honest, I wasn't sure how old he was, but it's one of those, Lord of Audits, he was born the year that Elvis died. Are you trying to say that you are the reincarnation of Elvis? Would I dare to suggest that?
No, I think Elvis died in the late 60s, actually 1970s something. I was born in the 60s, so I'm not a reincarnation.
Hello, Coco.
I'll try and give this a try one more time.
Listen, I understand signal drops, especially where you are. If you've only got your cell phone, as you call it, we call it a mobile, and you're waiting on signal, that can be a pain, and you can drop out. I do like the effects that you've got there.
Me too.
In fact, it's hypnotizing.
Grim.
Yeah.
And Norman said Elvis was 42, died at 77. I don't know what that means. Oh, in 1977.
Officially, he was 42 when he died, but he died in 1977.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I know he was in the 70s. I was still a spring chicken in them days. Of course I was.
I thought he was actually older than that, but obviously I was wrong. I mean, the Elvis Appreciation Society knows more about Elvis than I do. I'm not saying that he wasn't a great performer or a great singer, just not my cup of tea. I liked his Hawaiian films, funnily enough, though. Even though he couldn't really act, wasn't the world's greatest actor, but I do respect him.
What I learned about him, obviously he earned a bit of money, but his friends, family, I can't remember the car, but a Cadillac. He gave everybody that a Cadillac, and he bought loads of Cadillacs to give his friends, workers on his ranch and whatever. I'm thinking, it reminds me of some of the English actor that I can't remember. He felt guilty. He's Oliver Reed. You know Oliver Reed? He felt guilty. He felt guilty that he was earning that much money. So when he went to the pub, he used to buy everybody drinks, and because he felt guilty that he was earning money, and these people, like normal people, didn't earn as much money as him. If you know what I mean. And I was shocked when but yeah, he's a character. Hopefully, I want to be like him, a drunken character like him. Since I've seen him. You know when he's drunk.
John, thanks for dropping in. I hope you enjoy your dinner, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry, John.
It's all right. I'd just like to. If I catch someone before they go, great. Sometimes I don't. Hey, I'm still new to all this, you know. I'm not that confident. I mean, I'm running this without Stangu.
Stan the man. Oh, I've got a nickname. Call him Stan the man.
Stangu the man.
Yeah, that would do. Yeah, I like making nicknames for people.
Okay, Dave.
Actually, obviously, Dave is David, biblical. But funny enough, I do know a lot of people I know that call David. I love the people, they're nice people, but yeah, but it is from Only Fools and Horses.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
Dave.
yeah.
Right, Dave.
Anybody else wants to jump on, say hi while I'm still alive, so to speak? Please feel free. The link's pinned at the top. We can talk about Elvis. We can talk about anything at all. Yeah, within reason. You know that there's nothing hard. Don't worry about it, mate. It's not a problem. As I say, I understand your connection issues. It's just nice that you came up and you tried one of these things. Hopefully next time your signal's better, mate.
Yeah,
either that or I'll nip on one of your lives one of these days.
Yeah, it's like happiness. Yeah, I know. You said let's talk about happiness and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Happiness, Ken Dodd.
Happy. Oh God, I'm thinking of the song now.
I got you on that one.
And I can't sing, but yeah, I do.
No, but it comes into your head, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then if somebody says it on, when you're going out going, yeah, well, and somebody says, oh, do you remember Ken Dodd? The song Happiness. Next minute, you're going down doing stuff, thinking of that song.
Yep, it gets in your head. It's just the word. Yeah. Lord of Audits, I'm glad you're with us and you're all okay. If you want to jump up and say hi, by all means do so. Master On, you and I still are due a conversation one day. Probably do that on the radio. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Ron's, I mean, a lot of people, Ron's all right, but obviously, it is YouTube, and it's so.
Well-known fact, Ken Dodd and Cilla Black use the same dentist, probably. Purple, nice to see you.
I don't think Ken Dodd. I don't think Ken Dodd ever used a dentist. That's my opinion. He was just natural, wasn't he?
Yeah, even if he did, it was in Naughty Ash, eh?
But that was, I mean, imagine creating that with little that look like fleas doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What an amazing mind to create that idea where it was just sand and then little things popped up. Oh, there's a flea doing that. I mean, that's talent.
Hi, Nix. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm going to offer this as an apology to everybody who is listening to myself and Shady. We do this every now and again. We end up on the same live. We talk a load of crap. 9 times out of 10, I've ended up doing what I've done today, stroke yesterday. Woke up at 3 o'clock, had a couple of hours sleep during the earlier on. Woke up again, ended up going on lives, and now I'm doing this, and I just don't do this sort of thing, do I? So my brain isn't actually working fully. So my apologies, folks.
Grim, can I say something?
No.
Allegedly, we meet up on the same lives. It's all random.
Well, let's put it this way. I am not going to fall asleep on you.
Well, I'd fall asleep on you.
I remember Tiggs doing that.
Oh, well, come on, Tiggs. At least try to have a coffee down your neck and try to wake up, Tiggs.
Master Ron, not sure what shade you meant by that. I think he was...
We randomly meet up on each other. Somebody's live. I don't know what it is, but it has happened a lot, hasn't it? Grim. It's like, okay, see you later. Next minute, I'm going to go to sleep alone. I can't go to sleep. I'm on another live, and then we meet up again. I think was our record back? Or did you follow me? Yeah,
No. You followed me that day.
Yeah, I was a delay. I was on a delay, but it wasn't orchestrated, was it? It was always random,
it was funny,
which was weird. All right, see you later, Grim. All right, see you later. I might get some sleep, or I can't get some sleep. Then I went, oh God, I'm bored.
Right.
So I went on somebody else's live, went on theirs, and you was there, and it was like it was never orchestrated. It was all random.
Weird. Right. I have another apology to make, and I have to be very sincere. Apparently, I have actually upset Rasta because I haven't mentioned his name. So, big up Rasta. My apologies. I didn't even read the chat, but there again, I can't even see straight at the moment. So, my apologies for that as well.
And you've got to understand, my charisma is amazing, and Grim is in awe of me, and he can't do two things at the same time.
Do you know what? On that basis, I'm just going to close it down now. I've just been totally insulted. One of these days, I'll get you spitting that out.
The blame's on me. My charisma is amazing, and it discombobulates people. That's what I'm saying. So do not have a go at Grim.
I don't know where Stangu is, and you're right, he is awesome. He might be asleep for all I know.
No, he's in the chat. If it's the real Stangu.
Oh, well, good. No, that's not the real Stangu.
Yeah, of course it's not.
If it was, he'd be jumping up.
Exactly.
And he'd be calling me.
Yeah, exactly. Block him. Oh, he's got a spanner. No, he's got a spanner, so he's the real Stangu. I think he just can't be off. Maybe
what you doing in the chat? Get your backside up here.
Exactly.
We need somebody to steer the ship. Because both of us are going to run it into an iceberg at this rate. This is an impromptu live. Due to circumstances beyond my control, and I just thought, you know what, to hell with it, I'll go live.
And change the I know it's changed the dynamic and stuff,
don't believe
and have happiness and stuff. Not
well,
no drama.
if it's the real Stangu, which it probably is,
please stand up.
Wait till I start playing your stuff that you don't want me to. Yeah, you'll soon jump up now, won't you?
Interesting, man.
I won't embarrass you again, Stangu. My apologies if I did. Most sincerely, folks. Opportunity knocks.
I think it's cool. Can
sorry,
you keep me backstage for a bit, Grim? Ah,
you want to go backstage?
In the backstage. Yeah, what he's doing is combing his hair and getting himself ready and stuff like that. So he wants time to pamper himself.
Just in case.
Amazing. He just wants to look amazing.
Stangu, is that really you? Shall we take a chance? Because I don't want to be queen bombed. You may speak. Or not. His microphone's not working. Stangu, are you there? No. Yeah, silence is terrible. It's also nice.
Yeah, there's that song in it. Silence is golden sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Monkfish,
when I
you're
wrote that song, I never got a penny. I was only 4 years of age when I wrote that song, allegedly.
Oh right, okay.
Disclaimer. I never got a penny. You know, all those famous people never got a penny. Usually audio more than anything, Gino said.
Okay, well, tell you what, I'll put you backstage because obviously you're not ready at the moment to chat for whatever reason. So, where do I? Oh, hang on, I can't. Oh, sorry. It's not that easy. Oh, that's how I do it. Forgot. There we go.
Like I say, this YouTube is a learning curve.
Yeah, Stangu, when you're ready, just let us know. Put it in the chat and in the private chat. That'll be all right. Oh, hang on a second. Someone's communicating. Okay, all right. Let me figure that one out. Jeez, I don't know. I've got to now open up something else for communication.
Are you on a computer or a laptop? Are you on a laptop or computer or a
laptop?
Oh, so it's slightly easier, but phones, God, I don't know. I don't know how these youngsters use phones. How they do it? Edit this, edit that. I'm thinking, what? I can barely use a phone.
I'll be with you in a second.
No worries, bro. So I might as well go through the list. Big up the Lords of Audits. Big up Nick's, G-Knots. Big up you. Even though, big up Split. Basically, it's like a thing. Nottingham and Derby. But I still love people. We've got Nick's. Got the
that's better. Yeah.
Specs.
I never put pressure on anyone to do anything. It's purely voluntary. If somebody doesn't want to come up for any particular reason, then that's fine. That's not a problem. Just let me know if you want to come. If you do want to come up and join the party. If you don't, then that's fine. You know what? I've realised today something, Shady. Life throws you curveballs, right?
Yeah.
And something I have noticed is that there's only people like yourself and me who tend to throw caution to the wind at times, and then you got people like Lord of Audits who come up with this wonderful excuses. I would, Grim, but I haven't done my hair and makeup.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware Lord of Audits actually had hair. I could be wrong. Heisenberg. How you doing?
Oh, that looks like Halloween.
You got your mute button on, my friend.
That looks like Halloween.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Mr.
mate.
Grim. Good evening, Shady. I've been wanting to do this, but I've had a lot of problems. But I have been
I know
listening.
your voice. I know your voice.
And it's been wonderful because you guys have all got me through so much over the last few weeks because I've just been listening and in the background, but wanting to come back on and so on. But no, it's good. I'm just here to say hello because I feel guilty for not doing.
Never feel guilty. There's never any pressure.
No, it's just the way I am though. But no, it's good to talk, and no, I'm learning a lot actually because I didn't realise actually that Grim, you had a different name, and I've heard that tonight, and I do remember now way back in the days, and I can see the reasons now why you've done what you've done.
You thought that Oh right, okay, yeah, that sort of makes sense to me.
Well, I'm sort of not mentioning names, but you go back a long way with the channels and the auditing community.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
and I do remember now. And then you mentioned earlier that you was in a different name, and I remember now. Yes, yeah. But it's weird because I was sort of going in initially with all the pit channels and all that, and I've no disrespect to them, but at the moment, I can't go into those sort of things. It's just too much. But I've turned into listening to yourself, Shady, all the chilled out ones. Vincent, I love it when he's on channels. SG and Jason and so on, and I've been in the chats, and that's all I've been able to do because I've not really felt confident to come back on at the moment because of everything, and I don't really want to explain anything. But yeah, it's been good listening, and I really thank you guys for doing it.
I remember your voice. I remember your voice and the fireplace because before you had your background and everyone is that a green screen?
Yeah.
You had no, it's a real fire, and that fire in the background, the voice and that fire, that it's real. But now I'm curious of why have you got like LED lights? Like you went through this LED.
You're there because no, I'm not really worried about showing my face, but I haven't really got the lights on in here, and I've got my glasses on.
I think it looks rather cool.
Well,
I was going to say that. I was going to say
blue.
that.
No, I have got my Heisenberg hat on, but I haven't really dressed up as Heisenberg. It's just a bit of fun, that is. It's me, really, Kev. But the thing is, I did it, and then I changed my name to Heisenberg, and I put all the hat on. And it goes back to way back when I was doing a few gigs, and I bought one of this hat that you can't see. I'll show you. I'll try and put a light on it. The Heisenberg hat, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And when I was doing this is before all the we were all imprisoned. I was doing a few gigs, and I put that on and my glasses because I needed my glasses on to read
Back in
music.
5.
And everyone said, "You look like Heisenberg." So I just did it for fun. And that's it, really. But
there's nothing wrong in having a bit of fun or a bit of a play on circumstances.
No.
And I think reinventing oneself can work as well, Lord of Audits, good night, thank you. Appreciate you coming on, you know that, mate. I reinvented myself. It's because I felt it was right,
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do, I wasn't able to do. Got great team of people behind me now, who are helping because they want to, and I feel confident, more confident now than I have done in a long, long time. Certainly on YouTube. I mean, 12 months or so ago, or whenever, you would never have seen me actually on YouTube. Certainly not the way that I'm doing now, you know.
No, and this is new to me, the same. It really is new to me. I mean, I don't think I've been on a live more than 8 or 9 times. This is probably my 8th or 9th time. But I kind of got known, and I never offended anybody, but it's really weird because all of a sudden you get people trolling you and this, that, and the other, and or just, you know, making offensive comments. But to be honest, I'm like you, Grim. It doesn't bother me. You know, I'm not really bothered because I know that I've never offended anybody, and yeah, I can cope with that.
Well, I don't want to offend anybody.
No.
And I certainly don't want to offend Stango in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, do you know what? This is interesting. This is the real Stango, because I've been listening all the time while I've not been able to really come on, and I've been in and out of hospital with my daughter and just had my headphones on and just listening. And I've been involved with the quizzes, and quite often I just put funny comments if I don't know the answer, just having a bit of humour. But I must admit, Stango is so funny. He really is. He is. Yeah. He's just hilarious.
Well, I'm not putting any pressure on Stango. I want him to have a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
Because over the weekend, we've been trialing the radio, and we've now got to a point where we can invite people in to have a chit chat regarding anything they want, without fear of people having a go, trolling them, censorship and all that. The only censorship is me. And like I try to explain, I'll respect anybody if they respect me and respect others.
Yeah.
You cross that line, then it's, you know, I can be just as disrespectful as a couple of people have found out in the past. But I don't like that side of me. I hate that side of me. So, you know, let's just take things as they go, you know. Night, Tim, if you're still around, take care, mate. Now, there is something which I hate more than anything else, and that's having things like this appear.
Queen Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, it's one of those. It's like, it's a nightmare. But funny.
But how did you know, though, Grim, that was me? Because that's the first time I've ever come on. Oh, I think you saw me, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how all this works. It's all new to me.
I have. How did I know this was you and not a troll?
Yeah.
Intuition.
Oh, right. Okay. It's very brave though, but you've got to be careful because I've seen this happen where somebody like will copy my little picture on the circle or something like that, and then imitate you, and then
you got a spanner?
Oh, I haven't done anything. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but haven't you got a spanner on here?
Oh, I have. Yeah.
I
see. So yeah. No, okay, but no. Say if I didn't, though, you would have checked something, sure.
Yes, I would. Same as I have done. I mean, all right, Cop Watcher was on earlier on. No More Lies were on. I've known them for some time. There are strict guidelines, shall we say, and as long as you stay within those guidelines, I'll take the flack. I'll take, you know, anyone. I don't object to people coming on so long as they show respect to people. And as soon as they cross that line, I'm sorry. Well, no, actually, I'm not. You cross that line, you cross me. You go after any of my friends on here in any way, shape, or form, I will show you so much disrespect and tell you exactly how it is.
Yeah.
It's a side I don't like using, but I'm not frightened to.
No, I totally agree with that. It's your channel as well.
And before they go, they'll get a gobful.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
No, that's it. But you know this .com one then, because I didn't realise this till listening tonight. Is this something new that you've set up, or is it something that you've had going for a while?
Okay, when I reinvented myself, shall we say, for YouTube and to do what I wanted to do, it all stemmed from a conversation that I had with a very nice guy called Eyes on the Audit / Mellows, who I've known for quite some time. And I told him that I was interested in a website and a radio station, and I was also interested in freedom of speech and having a platform for it. And it grew from that conversation. This isn't the first website that I tried to put together. The first one I did, it was a total flop. It didn't work for me at all. I then got a different domain, which is this one. But it cost quite a bit because I had to buy the script to go with it because I didn't have a clue what to do with the website. But I got there, made quite a few mistakes, learnt from them. Luckily, Mellows was able to rescue things. And then we got the radio station, and everything's sort of gone from there because people have come in and they've said genuinely they wanted to help because they believed in the idea. And that's what it is. It's an idea at the moment. It's something which I'm passionate about, and I believe that we should have a platform for freedom of speech. And the people who support that are, back me 100% and do so much work. It's unbelievable what they do, and to work things out for me. Tidy up things on the website, make it look pretty, presentable, etc. Because at the end of the day, I think everybody should have their own website, or access to. I don't say this is mine; this is ours, and that's the way I see it. It's like-minded people. I don't care what your views are. If I disagree with you, I'll tell you.
No, that's good. And I must admit, I know with the two that you had on earlier, I don't really know Copwatcher that well. I've heard things, but the other one I did, and I've had views, and actually what you said was the same, because I did put on his channel when it was all going, why are you doing this to yourself? And I tried to help actually. And I got a lot of flack for that actually, even for doing that, because you're on that channel, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
And so respect for you for doing that, because you gave people a chance that probably a lot of the people don't like for various reasons. But that's the, in fact, you remind me of a true radio show back in the day, because I used to listen to the radio because we had probably 2 or 3 channels, and I remember I used to put my headphones in at bedtime and listen to. I was in Nottingham at the time, listen to Radio Trent or Radio Nottingham, I think it was, and listen to the chat in the evening, and people used to phone in. And this is just a more advanced version. And I like that. It's I think it works well. But I must look into the .com one. But you say it costs you money.
Well, not always. There are deals with. Sometimes you can get them for next to nothing. Right. We've been able to get what's called a script to help people create their own website. It's fairly straightforward. You just have to get your head around a few little things. But I'm the wrong side of 60 now, and I'm quite happy to say that. I don't give a flying crap. But if I can learn how to use it, I think anyone can. I got a more, maybe me, I got a more complicated one because I didn't know what I was doing, but I had the support behind me. Now, if somebody comes to me, whether that be Gypsy, yourself, or somebody else, and they want a website, I can get them in touch with Mellows, or they can contact Mellows directly, and I will support them.
Yeah.
Because I know where the mistakes are.
Yeah.
Right, and I can help people not make the same mistakes. They might make different mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
But you learn from it, you know.
No, that's really good of you to do that. I must check it out. Though. I'll go on it, and it's weird how people that are using the YouTube community to promote .com, Google or whatever site, and even the likes of Mr. What's his name, Alex. You know, he got all his subscribers. They like cut him off for obvious reasons, and then he starts a .com and takes them all over there, and it makes sense, and people are doing that. Yeah, it's a whole new world to me.
It is to me. As I say, this was an idea. I never thought it would happen in the speed it has done.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased. I mean, getting over 300,000 hits is apparently really, really good. And it's like,
how
I've
long
not
is
done
that
anything.
over? No, but how long is that over, Grim? It's 300.
We launched in January.
Right.
And by the end of February, middle of March it was, I had to look at the stats of hits, etc. And that's when I realised whatever we're doing, we're on the right track.
Good. I'm going to go and check this out. And is that where you do your Skype live one?
That's where I will. Yes, the link, when you go onto the website, it's got a built-in group of radio stations.
Right.
And the first one at the top, but there's a play button. You click on that, and the list is there. I'm right at the top for some unknown reason, probably because it's the first one. At the moment, there's an auto DJ on there. I want to try and sort out a schedule because I want to try and do 2 or 3 nights on a regular basis at the same time, so that people know that's where I'm going to be. I'm not going to be on YouTube. But there's certain discussions that we can start off on YouTube and then go over there, where we're not restricted in the same way.
And yeah, that's good, because when I've got time, I mean, I've been listening for weeks and weeks, but I've not been able to really come in. But when I'm listening like I am now, and like earlier in comments, I actually enjoy it because I don't go out a lot, and this is my way of communicating. I've got friends, and we have a social and whatever. But you know, late on at night, because I'm an insomniac like a lot of us. Yeah, it's a really good thing, just listening and commenting, occasionally coming on and giving your point of view. And believe you me, when I do give my point of view on things, I do. But in a polite way.
I like the passion, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
all it is passion. I think there's a lot of people who are like-minded.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that you felt comfortable to come up. I'm glad that you have, and I hope that it does you a power of good on a personal level for whatever you need. You know, everyone's going through something.
Yeah.
Right. One way or another. There's always a reason, and I think that, personally speaking, I think there's too many clicks, too much pressure put on people to toe a line, and we don't toe a line. I mean, I've got a picture of God knows what up there, and I'm looking at the picture and I'm thinking, Just what the hell's going on in your bloody mind? And
No,
where
I'm
did you
looking at
get
the
that
picture.
hairdo?
I'm actually thinking, where's Shady gone and Stango? Are they all gone?
Stangu's in the background.
Right.
He is here. He's,
All right. Is Shady gone now, then? Or?
Shady's no, he's still around. He's probably gone for a kip.
Is my mic,
I must go.
working?
Hello, Stango.
Oh, it is working. Can I just say, apologies, I'm feeling a bit out of sorts, very unfocused, but I do want to say, like, hi Grim, hi Eisenberg, Shady,
Hello, Stango.
and everybody in the chat. I'm sorry I can't kind of reply to you all personally because I'm finding it difficult to read the chat, to be honest, but love you all, everyone.
Oh, bless him.
You know you're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah, appreciate
you don't have you know, if you want to drop down, by all means do so. You know the score, mate. No pressures.
I'm okay. I just so I'm not going to be my usual self, but yeah.
Oh, you might make sense. You mean?
Yeah. maybe.
Well, I got him to smile.
You have. I am not amused.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what. If she actually smiled, she'd break the bloody picture. Never mind her face. This is how we rock and roll. This is what we do.
No,
we put smiles on people's faces, hopefully, and people come in, they drop in.
Yeah.
Probably because I had 2 unknown people
stroke. Well, I don't know.
The viewership or the listenership, whichever way you want to look at it, suddenly peaked.
Right, yeah.
And it goes down, which is fine. I really don't care, you know.
No, and that's a good thing because it's an honest thing. You're not doing it for money. You've said that, and it's a real honest channel. It is like a true radio channel, and you can listen like I have been. And it's been good because I've been listening. It's kept me sane. I've loved the entertainment with Stanger. I mean, he is so entertaining. I don't know how he does it. He's a comedian.
Stanger and I have an understanding. You know, you've got a funny man, you've got a straight man, so to speak, in a comedy duo. And don't mean to sound sexist there, it's nothing.
No.
But Stanger's actually the straight person in this thing, so to speak. He's a serious person. I don't take many things serious, and I'm very quick-witted, unfortunately, and sometimes, I mean, I will say things that are controversial.
I do as well, and I haven't done for a while, and I'm not going to tonight because there's no reason to.
And I mean, I'll say something that, I mean, Norman's put this in the chat, which I think is actually quite funny. Where did you find a picture of my wife? And I would turn around to that and come up with a one-line of back along the lines of, what you're talking about. You mean she's a bigamist?
Oh, dear.
I can say that my missus, and actually, she is asleep. God love her. She's caught this dreaded lurgy, which I got last week. I took a week off. I was determined to enjoy myself. I'd already pre-arranged and prepaid, etc., to go down to London. I remember some of what happened, and it's not because I was drunk. I was really ill with this virus that I managed to catch on the one day I went into work, because I have to go into work one day a week, apparently. And I turned around and said, "Is it a virus-free building?" And he said, "Yes." And I've asked whether security stops the virus at the door and tells them to bugger off.
Yeah.
And he went, "Don't be silly." I said, "I was being sarcastic. It's not my fault you're not intelligent enough to understand."
Oh, do you know what? It's so funny because I know Vincent's been through a bit of a cold and flu bug. They don't care
Yes.
about that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
blame him. It's a virtual
yeah,
cold I've
yeah.
got.
It is. It's been caught online. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and throughout this process, my daughter couldn't be transferred to a particular hospital because she hadn't got a cold. Because that was I was like, oh right, okay, that's changed
All
now.
right.
So
Thanks very much for that. What
yeah,
do you want to
if she
injecting
had a
this arm or that
cold,
one?
yeah, no, but if she had a cold, she could go to that one. But because she hasn't, she can't. But that's where she needs to be. And I'm thinking, this has changed. I was just like, wow, yeah, this is different. But no,
Yeah, and if you like majority of people, you tend not to say anything. But then there's always the odd loon,
yeah,
stroke intelligent, sarcastic piece of crap who
yeah,
turns
yeah,
around and challenges it in such a way that
yeah.
they feel that you're offending them for questioning.
Yeah, I was saying to them, I'm being careful with my words, as you know, but I said, oh please, that's the hospital that she needs to be in. So if we can prove that she's got a cold, she can go in there. And they went, yeah, that's right. And I'm like, I'm just gobsmacked by the comments that are made and the reality of it all, really, to be honest.
Well, it's a joke for you.
Yeah,
I wish it was a joke, but it's not. But
no,
my other half, she has to go to hospital every now and again.
yeah,
And even now, if I take her, I have to be forced to put this thing over my face.
yeah,
Right?
same here.
And when I turn around and say, have you not heard the news from BJ, good old Boris?
Yeah,
It never happened.
yeah,
It was like Dallas
yeah.
when Bobby's wife woke up and it was all a dream.
It is,
And
yeah.
they go, what are you talking about? And I'm thinking, oh my God.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, and actually, one of the last debates I had with Mr. Henry, and I do love Henry, and he is clever, and I do respect him for certain things, but I know he's been having issues recently in a lot of the live chats that I've been listening to. But one of the things that I did was a debate on those things that you wear.
Yeah.
And I mentioned the experiment that he could do, and it was I think it was on Jason B's. That was probably one of the last times I was live, actually. And I've got this reputation for some reason, and I don't mean to do it because I do like him, and I must apologise. Sorry, yeah, well, no, I do, but then he comes on and he changed the whole subject into that narrative, And like he just got so much stick off everybody, including Vincent and everybody. It was hilarious.
Yes.
So I came on, and I don't know if you was listening or if you know about it, but I gave the example about the fact that I do a lot of woodwork and stuff in the workshop, and I do wear when I can. Sometimes I forget. If it's only just doing a bit of chopping on the saw, and you always notice when you blow your nose.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of a pre-thing before on, I think it was Jason's actually. It might have been Jason's or SG's. And it was all about the debate over those things that you wear and the proof both ways that we now have been seeing, and it's in the public domain. So I asked him, what is heavier in terms of molecules, sawdust or a molecule of cloth, like whatever. And he agreed that sawdust is heavier. I said, okay, so that would travel less then in terms of in the air and it would drop, and he agreed. And I said, okay, so when I'm in my workshop and I wear if I wear my respirator, and this is true, if I've been in there for a few hours, you can still blow your nose and there will be some. Do you get what I mean? Even with the proper respirator, because it comes through, and that's sawdust. So I covered that one. And then I said, okay, when we were kids, we used to buy sherbet dib dabs, and we'd used to put them in our mouths and we'd blow it out and it'd like cause a dust cloud and all that in the wind, just for fun. I said, so if you do the same and put one of those things on, but bear in mind, I forgot to do this, but you hold your nose, otherwise it goes up your nose, and you do the same and blow out. And also, I got him to confirm that a sherbet dib-dab molecule was heavier than a molecule of, like your cock. And he agreed, but he still argued it, and everybody was, and then he was going, "Oh, F your sherbet dib-dabs, Heisenberg." And it was funny, and I feel so guilty because, like I say, I've never offended
don't feel
anybody.
guilty.
No, but it was just taking the piss, really, and I felt awful.
Well, I had a chat with him this morning.
Yeah.
I didn't. He was a little bit harsh, I thought, on somebody, on Vincent. I had a conversation with him, and it lasted for about an hour.
Right.
And I was just my normal self, and he turned around to me and he said, "Oh, it was a pleasure having an adult conversation where you're not emotional." And I turned around and reminded him the first time that he was on a live with me, and the fact that he did his best to question who the hell I was, and I had no right being there, blah blah blah, and all the rest of it. And he apologised.
All right, that was on his live. I think I saw the live. I watched a bit of it. Yeah,
that was this morning.
Yeah,
but the first live was on BBA's.
Oh, I didn't see
and
that.
BBA was laughing his socks off because Crinkle came on and I was there, and he went into his usual routine, and for everything he said, and he started to be a little bit personal about himself.
Right.
I just gave it him back.
Yeah. No, he can take it, but actually,
and
I
he
think
didn't. He didn't like it.
No, he does take it, but actually, I think he does get quite upset, and I do get worried then when he does get upset. But I do remember Crinkle way back. I don't know if you remember the channel, and we don't see him now. Well, actually, I think it's been taken down with Jamie May, Civil Disobedience.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I remember Crinkle way back then, and I think I went on. It was a phone-in, actually. It wasn't a live. And that's when I first came across Henry. And I do like him, but I just think that, and I'd like to have a private chat with him sometime. Because
I think that's it. I think take him away from the character that he portrays. I think it's a totally different thing. I witnessed a conversation he had with Pap, police abusing powers.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah.
Crinkle got ripped apart.
Yep.
And Pat was being nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I've got a lot of respect for Pat.
I have, yeah.
Especially, he's gone through a hell of a lot medically, and he's come through the other side, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I do worry about Dan, actually, because he's really pushing out the video content, and I worry about how much he's pushing himself, because he was poorly again recently, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I do worry about him. But
I'd love him to come on board on the radio side. Take life a little bit easier. But
I actually have never seen him come on any lives, and maybe he does that for a reason. I don't know.
He does.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
right. No, he doesn't come on to lives. Right. He opens up lives. Are you off, Shady? Ah, okay.
Oh, Shady, I'd love to talk to you again.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, mate. I've had some food. I think I'm abbreviated or drunk. And
tired.
I've got that feeling it's best for me to go to sleep, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Before you go, Shady, can I ask you something, Shady? Did you catch my last video at all?
I didn't know, did I?
I don't know. Can I play it for you? Because you kind of inspired me to do it, kind of.
Go on then. Oh, now I'm going to have to stay awake.
This is a new lease of life suddenly bred into it.
It's only 30 seconds. Here it is. It's called Wild Pussy Action.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
I know why you inspired me.
All right, turn the volume up.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
Oh, you've
brilliant,
seen it. Oh,
I've saw it, but I'm going to watch it again.
With a wiggle to tuck her legs in, she gets as low to the ground as possible. Primed like a spring, she can deliver maximum power to jump.
Somebody clip it! Somebody's got to clip that.
Oh, hang on. And they did.
Absolutely brilliant.
I was going to say that. I mean, I love Mark to bits, but the way he was describing his cat, then he went over to his cat. I noticed that one. I was in his live stream, and the cat attacked him. But then later on, he going, "Yeah, it befriends you," and then the cat attacked him.
There's
That
been
was
some
hilarious.
controversy already about that. And there's an accusation which has been made, which I think is grossly unfair, that the cat practiced it on a number of occasions beforehand. And the way the cat landed, it didn't actually jump, and someone's actually thought about how the legs would be, etc. And I thought, for crying out loud,
Still funny.
Can't you even have a bit of a giggle these days?
Shady, how many times did you play it on your stream? I think I counted about 20 before it finished.
I think I counted about 30 times. But a lot of it was, I was actually on the live stream when it happened, and I looked away, and I didn't actually see it. I went, "Why haven't you got your glasses on? Where's your hat?" I'm thinking, I'm confused. I did see the cat there being nasty to him earlier on, but I actually looked down and missed it. So I watch it going, I have to be more attentive and look at what's happening. But yeah.
I was the same, JD. I was watching it live, and then I heard everyone laughing, and I had to go back to it. And then afterwards, I thought it was hilarious. But it did seem a bit planted. I don't know. Is that what you're saying? Was it?
No, I'm just saying. I actually looked away. I looked away.
Yeah.
Basically, my eyesight's bad on my laptop where I'm looking now. So I go to my second screen where I can see it. I was looking there, looking at the chats. I went back and went, "Where's Mark?" And he gets up, no hat, no glasses, and what have I missed? It was a split second.
It was, but it was so genuine. The more I look back at it, he did say, "I don't trust this cat. I don't trust it." And I've got a male cat, a kitten. I think it's 10th of May. It was born last year, and he's here now. He's all chilled, but boy, he can come in and he'll just attack you. He'll think he's playing, and then I've learnt to pull my sleeve over now, and he knows that's play if my sleeve's over. And then if I pull it back and it's bare skin, he puts his claws in. So I've taught him to do that now. But otherwise, if I didn't do that, he would go mental. He'd just go crazy.
I've got two cats, one male, one female. The youngest is the male one. They're both called, one's called Loki, the other one's called Mischief. Both Mischief, it's just a play on words. And Mischief is a real bugger, but he's so cute with it as well. I'll go to bed shortly, and he'll come and say goodnight. And when I wake up in the morning, as soon as he hears me, he's there.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell? You don't own a cat. A cat owns you. Whereas a dog, you own a dog, you train a dog to do something. But I think my cats think they're dogs at times because they've only known the dog and the house cats. So they imitate each other, which is so funny to watch.
Yeah.
You know, but no, I do. I prefer pets sometimes to humans.
Yeah.
They make more sense.
I mean, I've got a video of those two Huskies. Basically, it's 13, 14 years I used to house sit, 10 days for 10 years, over 10 years for 10 days. 13, 14 years, 10 days, and you'll see the Siberian Husky and then the brown Siberian Husky. Now, when obviously the brown one's like it was purchased later, and they had a little Chihuahua dog, and the Chihuahua dog was put in the basket with the puppy Husky, and she treated him as her little baby, and she used to like put her head down as an adult. You'd see the Chihuahua's head disappear in his ear, licking his ear out, then digging him over, licking the other one who was like so chilled out. Now the other brown one, she learned that and thought this is love, and then I think he died or he didn't die. She's there when I'm house sitting, and she just like jumps down off the back of the sofa uh, and starts licking me ear and nipping me like to that. And I'm going, "Oh, you're playing," and I'm fighting with her. And she's really, really nasty. And I went, God, you're like, she's never like that. Then the next time she did it, I just went, oh, stop it. And she licked me ear, licked me other ear, and she just calmed down and just sodded off. And I believe she learned that from this little Chihuahua. She was watching. That's her way of saying, I like you, I love you, so to speak. But yeah, if she said no, she was really, really nasty. You know, it's like claws out, well, paws out. And I've never seen her like, she's basically quite violent, if you like. And then I found out it was just because she was violent, going, hold on, I'm going to show you something else. But she was weird. She used to sleep upside down. She'd be on a sofa, sleep upside down. She'd never slept like a normal dog, always upside down. She was.
Because you wanted the belly rubbing.
Yeah, but no, it's just weird to see a dog. And you know the back of the sofa? You got the back of the sofa or the back of the chair. She'd straggle against it. So she'd be there so she couldn't fall off. There'd be two legs on one side of the headboard of the sofa, other two on yours. And she'd just like lie there, fall asleep. Weird. Yep. Oh, she's definitely strange.
I will say one thing. It doesn't matter whether you got cats, dogs, geckos, lizards, whatever, right? If you show them love, they will love you back in their own way. And you become very, very attached.
Yeah.
And if anything happened to my family, because that's how I refer them to, sort of like my children, my real children have grown up, buggered off, and all the rest of it. But these are, when we were away, we couldn't wait to get back to see the animals. We arranged for the princess, the dog, to be looked after by the dog walker, who's a really nice guy. And he forgot what day we were coming back. So he had an extra night. And I thought, why the hell did I not contact him to say, we're back, are you bringing the princess back? But it was nice just having the two cats around for a while.
I was lucky that I never looked after the dogs in my house. I actually was living in their house for 10 days. So obviously the food was there. All I had to do was take them out, clean up the crap. Huskies, you don't take these dogs. You didn't take them for a walk. But then there was a German Shepherd. I could have took that for a walk, but it's like unfair on the others. So I used to just let them in the back garden, which was a big back garden, and I used to do that. But I did try in the early days to take the Huskies for a walk, and all they want to do is pull. They just pull. I say drag you.
You should have got a sledge, because in Derby you get a lot of snow, don't you, Shady? You should have got a sledge and let them pull you.
We actually used to. But
did you? Yeah. I used to live in Derby, Shady.
We used to get a lot of snow. I remember about 25 years ago. I can't remember the road. I can barely remember the pub, but basically, I wasn't an alcoholic then. But it was like a tall street, where you're going uphill, full of snow, people were ice, but the wind was coming down, and I was like literally moonwalking because I'm trying to get there, and I'm like slipping and everything. Yeah. Oh God, I can't remember what road is now. Oh,
Yeah. We used to have a hill in the village I lived in with my ex-wife at Little Eaton. Do you know Little Eaton, JD?
Oh, Little Eaton, yeah.
Yeah, I used to live there. Yeah, it's a nice little village, just on the outskirts of Derby, yeah. And then my old factory, that was at Ripley, just up the road. You know, Ripley.
I used to be a canvasser. I used to be a canvasser and a canvas manager. There was only us two, you know, knocking on windows. And he used to go to Ripley because we used to play snooker at that snooker place.
Yeah.
And he would drive and I could have a beer. But he'd always drive the different way, if you know what I mean. Because this bar went, oh, you'll love this bar. The barmaids are topless. This is like 25 years.
I know the one. I know the one. Yeah, yeah. I know the one.
Yeah, but he used to do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because he knew I couldn't get because I didn't have a car in them days.
Do you know the funny?
He'd do the long way and go, oh, you know that pub? There's barmaids that topless. Then we go to snooker place. I could have one or two halves. Then we'd play snooker or pool, and then would then get to work. But yeah,
it certainly drew in the crowds. I only went there once. A mate of mine told me, and I went, "No, you're joking." And we went in there, and sure enough, it was true. And one of the barmaids was chatting me up. She was in her 20s, and it turned out it was the landlord's daughter, and she was in on it as well. And it was just allowed. They were just allowed to serve topless, weren't they? I know exactly the one you mean. Yeah.
I never went in there. I never went in there.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be allowed these days.
I know it
I
wouldn't.
mean, we're talking. Let's say we're talking 18 months working with my manager. And we used to go in a car. There's us two. We used to get the leads in. But would go. What we'd do would go to work at 12 o'clock midday to show that we're hard workers. We knew nobody. You could knock on doors. You're wasting your time. You have to wait until people come back to work at 5. So we used to go to Ripley, play snooker. So you took an 18 month. You used to drive past and always remind me. That's the bar where it's topless ladies. But then we go to snooker club.
Yeah.
And then we'd bang it out 5 o'clock, knocking on doors, get the leads. We'd finish by 7 o'clock, and we'd earn money within about 2-3 hours, just getting the leads for double glaze. But 25 years ago, it was a new concept. Now it's like selling double glaze. It's like it'd be really hard. It's got to be triple glaze. Whatever.
I remember when I lived in Little Eaton, and that's when I had my electronics company, and I just expanded a little bit, and then I moved into this industrial estate on Pease Hill Road, I think it's called. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and Unit 1, and they'd done all these estates up, and I was the first one in there, and I felt so privileged, you know. And it wasn't the best of places to have a business like mine because it was all copper cables and all that, and it's not the best of places, is it? You know, people are getting broken into.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just convenient, and I've got a lot of memories of that. That was in the 90s. That was.
Yeah, I know. In the 80s, I know. As you go into it, there's that paper shop, and then that's when I found out from the goodies. Tim Taylor lived there. I used to have a girlfriend. Her name was Wanda Taylor, and the father owned Taylor Printing, which is in Derby City Centre, which is opposite. It's actually, what's it now? It used to be a nightclub, but so I realised then it's a very affluent area, if you know what I mean. There's not poor people living there.
No, I've still got family.
I remember waiting for the bus at 10:30. The bus would go by and just not even stop, just go. Then I used to have to walk from Little Eaton into the city centre, from there to where I used to live, which is virtually near Elpton Castle. It was a good 2-hour walk.
Oh my God, that's a long way. I've got a lot of memories of Elpton Castle. I've got a lot of memories. Yeah, I used to go there.
That was us as a kid, that was a stomping ground. It's an amazing place, and it's cheap. You take a girlfriend there. It's beautiful. You don't have to pay a penny unless.
It's funny you should say that, because that's what I was going to say. That was one of my memories, taking my girlfriend there and going in the woods. But I won't say any more on that. But yeah,
Okay,
that was a memory.
Yeah, I know the places you're talking about.
Can I just interrupt you guys?
Yeah, sorry.
Listen, I hate doing this, but
Shady,
this is your fault. You mentioned it. I've had about 3 hours sleep in the last 24, close to. 23 hours, thereabouts, something like that now. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to get some sleep.
Don't blame you.
No, in my luck, it'll only be a couple of hours. I might be back on, not necessarily on my own live. As I say, this was totally unplanned. I've enjoyed it. I want to say thank you to everybody, because you've come in without any warning, and a lot of you stayed from the beginning, and some people who dropped in, dropped out, etc. It's been great talking to you, Heisenberg. Thank you for coming up. Shady, I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, and I'm yours.
Before you say anything, Stangu, thanks for dropping in, mate. I really do appreciate it. You know that. Hopefully, you've had a bit of a smile on your face in the last hour or so. If not, why? Watch it back. There's been a few laughs. Just remember, mate, people are always going to be there for you. Well, your friends are anyway, whoever they are.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh yeah, me.
I mean, to me though, I'm starting to learn because I'm an alcoholic. I know when I've had a drink and I went downstairs to get some food. Obviously, people want me to eat food. Then I know for some reason I'm old. When I have a meal, I fall asleep.
What the hell's a meal? I'm just trying to figure it out. You've eaten? I haven't. I keep forgetting to. Listen, on that note, I am going to call it a night, because if I don't, I'm just going to end up staying here, and I've got work later on. I've got to can't fall asleep again in work. I won't do it on the live, but I don't mind in work.
I want to say, respect, bro. Go to sleep. I'll go first. Respect everybody in here in the audience. Respect, love you all. Thanks for the wisdom that I got earlier on.
No worries, mate. You take care.
Cheers, Shady. I'll catch up on one of your lives. Cheers, Shady.
Okay, mate. You're always welcome, bro.
And thank you, Grim. I appreciate what you've done while I've been listening and not been on, and I'm glad I've come on tonight. I didn't expect that, but thank you, and I respect you going, because you're knackered like me. And Stangu, I wish you all the best, mate, and look forward to seeing you. Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to you, and I think you're quite funny in the chat too. There's a lot of funny people in the chat. There really are.
I know.
The chat keeps it going, guys.
Yeah, and I am controversial sometimes, and I say my piece, but only when I need to. I'm never offensive. Well, hopefully I'm not. But you know, no. But I really enjoy this channel and a few others. It's took me away from a few more that. That wasn't doing me any good. Let's just say, but
no worries.
But, thank you. I'll say good night. I'm not sure how to cut myself off, so if you can cut me off, Grim.
Would you like me to boot you?
Yeah, go on, please boot me off.
The first and only time I've ever kicked someone.
Thank you. I'm asking. Yeah, thank you.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Grim.
Yeah, hang on.
You kick me all the time.
Yeah, well, I forgot. Right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for now.
Bye to the chat.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Take care, all. Have a good day tomorrow.
Yeah, try and get some sleep, you people.
Yeah.